and watch it. Yeah, it's happening, Richard. It's live.
Oh, fabulous. All right.
We did it. We did it.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Perfect. Bye.
All right. Oh my God! I'm so sorry, everybody. Hello, it's me, Wilma Fingerdoo. It's my birthday chat show live. I'm so sorry. I have new equipment. I want to say a big, huge birthday shout out to Eric from my Patreon page for the camera, and I want to thank Susan Nikolai from my Patreon page for the microphone. I would like to thank Ryan Russell, who we'll be chatting with in a little bit, for helping me with the technical side. And I would also like to thank Jesus for making me stupid, because I apparently was having a lot of issues. And I want to welcome Wilhelmina.
Oh, thanks, Wilma.
Wilhelmina Boxfärts is in for my birthday show. It's just us.
I didn't even know it was your birthday. I just showed up.
So no presents?
My presence is your present.
No, it's not. It never is. I'm going to tell you right now. All right. So we're going to be chatting. We're going to be doing, I don't know if we're going to get much more done than chatting, but I just want to let you know, I'm so sorry that it took this long for me to get online. I'm just going to now get on my phone here so I don't even know how to use my own phone. I'm terrible.
Are there any children that could help this old lady get online?
I'm terrible, Muriel.
What are you
But
doing?
I'm just
Slaughtering
trying.
yourself?
I just want to be able to see the
The YouTubes?
yes, the tubs.
This feels
No.
like something that could have been done ahead of time. But
I
You
can't-
know what? We're just flying by the seat of our pants.
Somebody was busy putting on somebody's face. Is
I'm
what
just
somebody
sitting
was
there.
doing.
I've done nothing all day.
All right. What I need to do then over here is just call up this page. There we are. Look how fabulous we are. Hello, everybody. Oh my God, Lady Jenny is here. Thomas D. How are you, doll? Richard Mark. How are you, doll? Andre is here. Jack. Thank you all so much for coming. Chris, Adelaide, Felicity. I'm sorry to keep you waiting. I am also keeping somebody else waiting who I think we should be talking to right now.
Who's that?
Well, technically, he's Jorge.
He is Jorge.
But in reality, he's Ryan Russell, international gay porn star.
I love Ryan
and
Russell.
my technical advisor. And I just feel badly because every time oh, this isn't
Why do
right.
you feel badly?
Well, every time I have a problem, I just go screaming to him for help, and it's just ludicrous what a Luddite I am. In fact, right now, I'm just gonna, I can't even resize this window because I just can't be arsed.
Resize queen.
But there we go. I am just gonna go right to Ryan right now. Ryan Russell, how are you, doll?
Hi, Ryan.
Can we hear him?
No,
Can he hear
like,
us?
I like him better this way, though. It's
He
nice.
can hear us. I can't hear him at all.
Good.
I should have, I don't know what I should have done. This is terrible. Now we have him there, and I don't know what to say.
Can you read lips?
Call you?
Call him. Oh, we're doing some charades. Some birthday
that funny?
charades.
I don't understand.
I can't stand you. Oh, yeah. No. Yes, no, we figured that out.
What's he saying?
He's saying call him.
I'm trying to. My camera, my phone
And he
is.
just said you have a small something.
I'm
Call
calling.
him now.
There we go. This is my life. This is ooh, it's very
I
exciting.
wonder if he'll pick up.
Working? Can you hear me?
I can hear you here, but I can't.
Your folks, hear me?
Yeah. But I can't hear you online.
That's okay. Turn it up real loud and then aim your speaker at everybody. Yeah.
All right. All right. There we go. I think it's echoing now. I don't know. Oh, now we're not on. We're not on with Ryan again. Hold on. There we are. All right.
I don't know. I can hear you a little bit.
You can hear me because we're broadcasting. I just don't know if everyone can hear you watching. See, this was all well thought out in theory, but it's not going very well at all.
Guys, have a great show. Happy birthday. I love you.
Thank you.
And I'm going to type all this.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
So,
Oh, thank
for
God
those of
she's
you who
gone.
don't know, I'm trying to learn OBS. I'm trying to learn a lot of things, and none of it's going very well. And I apologize.
And
But
I'm no help.
no help whatsoever. The fact that I got this far is very pleasant to me. But the problem is now I don't know what anybody's said. Hi, everybody. It is my birthday live chat. I can see you all here. I will be answering any and all questions, but unfortunately, I'm not. I just don't know how. I should have. I thought
things. You didn't bring your opera glasses. You can't see a goddamn thing.
As long as I don't do a UTI. You're damn right, Leon. God bless. So, just to check, can everyone hear me?
I can hear you.
Not you, not you. Happy birthday. Oh, thank you. Paula's there. Is that Rodman? Hi, how are you, Rodman? Robin's there. Oh, thank you so much for the birthday wishes. Yes. Okay, so you can hear me. I can see what you're writing. It's all very exciting. I'm just going to leave Wilhelmina here for a second because I need my keyboard, apparently. Well, not really. I'm just going to be over there. Just hold on.
Hi, everyone. Did we plan anything? Was I supposed to bring something? A keyboard? Uh-oh. She's bringing her guitar. This is very exciting.
I have my guitar because I figure we can sing the... I've talked to everybody about... Hi. All right, let me just...
Hi.
I'm just adjusting my...
Let's just adjust
so I
your
can
bits.
see the talk better. There we go. All right.
Oh, you've got to make it so big to read
so
that.
Big.
Wilma.
Well, no, it's just because I did... Andre, well, I've got... You know, the worst thing is, these eyelashes, I don't know how you feel, but whenever
I had a bit of a stroke.
Whenever I have the eyelashes on, I can't see anything. It's very frustrating, and it makes it hard to read. So I like to kind of take a moment to...
I can read.
There we go. Yeah, you're very good at reading.
I can read. I can sound things
there you
out
go.
for the big
Witch's
words.
Child is here. Hi. Oh, Richard DeMark. Hey, Stefan is here from England. He's from England.
All the way from England?
Yeah. You'd like him because he's 40, but he looks like he's 18.
Oh, I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Wise but not
Richard
ruined.
Mark D is here. Cornay Hansen. Hello, darling. Who else is here? Andre. I'm sorry I'm catching up. Let me apologize just once and for all for holding everyone up. The problem was I have been learning OBS. Because I have received these great technical upgrades, I clearly have no idea how to use any of them. And so I spent the week testing them, using them, experimenting, and I even went to the trouble of setting up scenes.
Oh.
It's very involved.
I do love a scene.
And I was expecting to just be one of those people who just like, oh, and then we have click this person to talk to, and la-di-da-di-da. No, it wasn't that at all.
There's a lot of stopping and starting and unplugging and plugging it back in. Switch it off, switch it off. I still hate that that's the go-to. Have you tried turning it off?
I will punch a person because that's the first thing I do. You know, the internet went off. I have to let you know, my internet is usually very, very good. I usually have very few problems with it. So when it does go out, it's surprising to me. I know a couple of you had mentioned that you had your internet down for like a couple of, like a day or so.
Unacceptable.
I don't know, I would lose my mind because my first go-to is then to just stream on my phone, and then my phone bill's $400.
I'd rather that my water goes off than my internet goes off.
Who is my pick now to win season 13? Simone. Simone, it has been almost right out of the gate. I loved her interview. I loved the wig she had on at the beginning. And then now, although she's had a few missteps, just...
A couple of little wobblies here and there.
Yeah.
I think she's... For me, I was always Simone, but now Rosé was sneaking up, and now she just keeps on sneaking up even more, so she might just snatch that little crown out from underneath.
I wish I liked her more.
As a queen, as a performer,
just
as a
in
human
general.
being.
Just in general. I just find her a little stoic.
Yeah. Well, I think she's just very aware that there's a camera pointed
Although
at
I
her.
have to say, this Henny I Shrunk the Queens, which I will have up tonight. I am almost finished editing that. Actually, you know what? I'll put it up tomorrow morning, and then it'll be easier. I don't want to put it up too late. But I thought that the pink jumpsuit she had on for Henny I Shrunk the Queens was gorgeous. Like that
Gorge.
body shape, that was beautiful. I was very, very, very impressed by that. It's the best I think she's looked this season. But I didn't find her very funny in the Henny I Shrunk the Kids, although she was good. I just didn't particularly. She didn't stand out.
She's hammy. Yeah. If you're not into ham.
Yeah. I really liked Gottmik in that scene. Like, I thought that I would be over her. Those noises she makes.
Still not tired of it.
I thought that was absolutely hilarious.
Cake. There's cake right here.
Oh, there's my brother. My sinister-in-law, Mrs. Ryder. Everyone say hi, Lisa. In Hamilton, God bless. Hamilton is Toronto's New Jersey.
They're trying to call it Brooklyn, but Hamilton's not.
No, it's not Brooklyn.
Really cool.
It's not Brooklyn. It's not the Bronx. It's New Jersey, and it's not the Riverside. No, it's
entirely Turnpike.
That's absolutely it. So that's my sister-in-law. I call her sinister-in-law, and she calls me bother-in-law because we both are. So I'm so glad you made it. Who else is here? Connor Boyd. Oh, which queens would I like to see appear on Canada's Drag Race Season 2 and 3? Well, obviously Canadian queens. I have to tell you that my first choice would be Misconception, who I do sewing for. If you follow me on Patreon, I've talked about her a lot. I actually have a bunch of pictures, finally, from her of stuff I've made recently. And I'm going to be putting on my Patreon page a photo collection of a montage. Well, it's not going to be moving. It's not going to be a slideshow or anything. It'll just be a collection of photos of stuff I've made. Because people keep asking, and I'm sorry that I constantly forget to.
Just brush people off, Wilma.
I'm terrible. I'm so dismissive.
You can open your umbrella. And
It closed on its own. It's just one of those umbrellas that doesn't want to stay open. But I would like to see Misconception. I would also like to see Carlotta Carlisle. She's another queen I sew for. I think she is so talented. Nikki Chin. She is another queen in Toronto.
Yeah,
if
Nikki
you don't
Chin,
know
I haven't
her,
seen Nikki Chin.
she is fantastic.
I feel
She's
so disconnected since we go anywhere to anywhere.
My favorite drag baby, although she's 100 now, is Demanda Tension. I don't know if she'd want to do the show. I think she'd be a hoot and a half. She'd be like Lemon was last season. She'd be telling people what's what in those confessionals. But as far as that goes, I don't really know a lot of the other queens that are out there. Yeah. Oh, Stephanie Santuana Parp. Ugh, I say it wrong every time. Side note, I also spelt it wrong for the first month she was a Patreon member, so I apologize, Stephanie. Santuana Parp. I like to say it quick, but sometimes that's not how you say words.
Oh, yeah.
Michael Bergantino, where's your drink? It's right here. We're having rye and ginger because I have rye. Cheers. Thanks for coming. What was that noise? The straws I didn't get. I wasn't together enough to get the straws. Which queens would I want to see on All Stars 6? Well, I know some of them. I've heard like that Ginger Minge will be on.
Yeah, I love Ginger
And
Minge.
I love Ginger Minge. Ginger Minge is one of those queens that I interviewed her for my radio station at the time, and then I've talked to her 2 or 3 times online. Not publicly, but just privately. She's just one of those queens that I feel connected to. Turn Bendela Creme. For some reason or another, if either of them wanted a kidney or money, I'd give it to them because I feel that close to them.
I like both of mine.
I wasn't offering to you. And, thanks, Stefan. Is it Steven? Steven Sharp. Oh, Steven Sharp! Steven Sharp!
Stefan Sharpay.
Well, you know, that's how he pronounces it in the theater of his mind. Don Reynolds, would you ever do Drag Race? No. No way. No. I am a fan, and I am judgy. I am good to do it the way I do it. If they wanted me to be on it as a judge, as a guest judge, as a somebody to give them a mini challenge or something.
Someone to make them cry.
Yes, hand out tissues when they cry. Totally do that. But I would never compete. I just feel that there are drag queens out there that are better at it and have been doing it longer. And if they wanted somebody to go home first and they had a strong cast, then I would take that bullet. I would be like, okay, fine, yes. As long as we all agree I'm going home first, yes, I would do that. Thank you, David. Happy birthday. I'm trying to keep up with everybody. Anna says we both look so pretty. Cornay Hansen, what are you thinking about Jan possibly being on All-Star 6? I have to say,
Jan?
I don't mind Jan. I don't mind a lot of queens, but there's something about the queens going on All-Stars the season, like right after they were on. It's a little desperate.
Yeah.
Like if you can't survive 1 or 2 seasons not being in the spotlight and then coming back as an all-star, you're not an all-star.
Yeah,
no offense.
Let's see how you do when the spotlight's not on you. Let's see how you sparkle after
I think there should also be a level of what did you do with your time on Drag Race, aka spinning it into your drag career. How did you propel your career forward? Like how big are you now in the drag? Oh, Candice Gregoris, my birthday twin, is here.
Hi, Candice.
Our birthday is actually on Tuesday, and Candice has one of Wilma's early hats. I think it's the gun shot,
Candice
or is it the cha-cha heel? No, it's the gun, the shot in the head hat. She's fabulous. What do I think of Pearl Lazon and her tiny house fits? I love them. If you haven't seen Pearl, she's doing. She and her husband. Oh, not her husband, her boyfriend. He's so cute. They took like a short bus, like those buses that'll take you to the casino or the eye doctor or whatever.
Even like the short bus.
Well, it's just a little bus with opening doors, but it's not a full length bus, and they've been renovating it into a tiny house, and it's just great. Dawn Romans is there. How are you, Dawn? I would love to see me as a guest judge too. I don't even think I would mind if I was a regular judge, like coming back a couple of episodes in a season. I just really did not like the whole guest host idea that they did for season 1 of Canada's Drag Race.
It took too much focus off of the actual host. I still don't know why they didn't just have Brooklyn do the whole thing the whole time. Actually, I do understand, because at the time, a bit of an untested queen, but quickly showed, just untested in that
Once Brooklyn started
ad-libbing, completely fine.
She was fun.
But I understand why they do that, because we're Canada and we don't like to take chances.
Oh, Solomon likes my wig. He doesn't like yours.
Solomon likes... This is Wilhelmina.
Oh.
Wilhelmina, that's my name.
The 2 Willies. That's what I call us. The 2 Willies.
Only when no one's listening.
Oh, I did. Charlie DL asked if I've heard Michelle's new song with the steps. Have you heard it?
No.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
Might have.
And apparently I think they performed it on Graham Norton this past weekend.
I often scroll through Instagram with the sound off, so I tend to watch things and have no idea what they are half the time.
It's great. She sounds great. She looks great. The song is great. Like, it's just a perfect storm of fabulousness. Papa Loveless is saying hello, hello, hello. Candice Gregoris has the gun. That's right. She does. It's my favorite hat, Candice. I'm so glad you have it. I think that was one of my last big builds for a Wilma Fingerdoo Shephawks. It was a dollar store gun. No, I know. I get to a point in the day where it's like, oh, what else did I forget to do? There it is. That's it there. No.
No?
No.
No?
No.
It looks like something your doctor will see
yes.
after they put you up in the stirrups.
They want that lance then sent to the lab. That's what they want there.
Oh,
who else is here? Oh, Jennifer Spain Green is here. She's fantastic. We love her.
Gosh!
Tales of the Techno Hillbillies here. Happy Easter, everyone. I want to apologize. I didn't realize it was Easter this week.
Just a general apology.
I'm just sorry.
I'm
just sorry. Yeah, even if I didn't do it or I'm connected.
You forgot it was Easter? You didn't go and do the Stations of the Cross on Friday?
I'm not religious. We weren't raised with religion.
What?
No, we were atheistically raised.
Oh, we had to go to Mass. Recovering Catholic. We had to go to Easter Mass so early so that Jesus could see, because you have to sit in the front. We had to sit in our regular seats because all the E and C Catholics would just show up on Easter and Christmas and take our good spots. We had to go like an hour early. All I wanted was my eggs.
Yeah, well.
Get to the part where Jesus lays the Easter eggs.
Yeah, exactly.
It never came up.
That's why we went into the cave.
To look for the eggs.
Yeah, and that's why we look for them today.
Bless.
Stefan from England says that his favorite thing from Canada's Drag Race was that they used the full track for the lip sync. I didn't notice that. Did you notice that?
Meaning what? What would they use?
Well, they edited it down for American
to just shorten it down.
Yeah, so it's quicker to watch.
I just assumed that they did that for everything. Like, we need 2 minutes of music. This is what we're going to do.
Yeah. No, I didn't know
Wet
that.
Willie's Papa Loveless.
What
Dirty,
about
dirty
Julie
boy.
Dawson? What's your take on Montero? What is that?
Montero is Lil Nas X's
Oh.
new song and video, and I am living for it. I am just so whether you like the song, whether you like the video or not. I just love that a queer artist, that young black queer artist, is just letting it all out there.
Yeah.
I'm not caring who.
There was a
gives
moment
two shits.
watching the video where he was lap dancing Satan, and I was like, oh, well, I just don't know if this is too far enough. And then I thought, but if this were a woman or 12 women lap dancing Satan, no one would be talking about
No
it.
one about
And
it, no.
I love that. But I have to say, Julie, that the art for that video, the fact that it has produced this art is remarkable. The whole Nike shoe thing, barf. That's crazy. But I really liked the video.
Well,
I was really
the imagery
surprised.
in the video.
Yeah.
I mean, religious scholars are analyzing that video to see
Yeah.
where all the imagery is coming from.
Yeah.
I am definitely for it. I just think it's funny that people are like, "You're going to hell." Like, okay, I'm gonna make a video about going to hell. You can't make a video about going to hell, you silly homo. It's like, well, I don't know what you want anymore.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
we're just
I
gonna
don't
do
know.
our thing. Yeah.
Nick S is complimenting me on my knowledge of UK and the UK culture, and said that not that many people outside of the UK would have heard of Steps. You know what? I'm surprised that not that many people have heard of Robin. You know what I mean? Like, it still surprises me that there's a lot of European music and culture that people just aren't aware of. I think as Canadians we're exposed
We get
to
it. We still, we've still got that old lady on our money, so we do still have, not Wilma, we have a lot of British influence, and a lot of stuff makes it here and then never makes it down to the States. Like, there's a
And
lot
then
of
our
stuff
relatives
in the UK
that are here.
never.
We have British relatives. Holland, the reason I knew a lot about Holland is
Yeah.
because, their princess was here during the war, and
Yeah.
now we get tulips.
We get tulips,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
we help liberate.
But I
Yeah,
used to
yeah.
work on a radio station, a gay radio station here in
Did
Toronto.
not.
I did. I was very good at it too. And the thing that was interesting was a lot of the music that we played there was stuff that was coming out of Europe that no one would hear for 2 years.
Yeah.
And I remember once being at your house and you were playing something, and I said, "Oh, where
Very
did
on
you
the
get
ball.
that?" And normally I'm the one asking you what the heck that is. But yeah. Don Rollins, do I style my wigs? But I have to because I'm poor and they don't look good unless I do. I styled this one and I styled this one.
Yeah, my answer would be no. I let Wilma style my wigs for me. Because
Well,
I
and that's why the last
have
one
a
looks so rough. We let Wilhelmina go. I was a bad drag mother. I let her go on camera with a pink bird's nest on her head. A shower scrub. What did you must have said?
You
shower
must have said
I
something
didn't chase shower
filthy.
scrub. 2 willies. What would that be? 2 wet willies? Well, only when I do that. Come in. No.
Oh,
let
I'm
me
glad
catch
I have
that.
all this hair to protect me from your wet willy.
I love the new Steps Michelle Visage song. Such a tune. That's Stefan saying that. They were great. I didn't see the clip of them on Graham Norton, but I am going to watch it. I will go and look. This is the other thing. YouTube is great. There's no excuse for you to be educated on anything you're interested in. And what amazes me is the amount of drag queens on Drag Race who, after a season of references that are going over their head, aren't Googling. I would be writing that. I would be Googling while the show is on. I would have a list of, like, Auntie Mame with Patrick. Write everything down and we'll talk about it later. I would be writing, what does that mean? And I would be Googling the hell out of it. I'm surprised people don't. Often, I must admit to you, when I hear something that I don't know about and I'm reviewing it, I'll Google search it. I also Google search how to spell things because I'm a terrible speller. And I just take that initiative now because
To look things
it's
up.
easy. There's no excuse to be ignorant
No,
anymore.
all that time you're spent fighting with people on the internet, you could be spending informing yourself. And then you have better arguments for fighting.
Oh my
with
God,
people
Sabrina
on the
T
internet.
asks, what's Eurovision? Please don't everyone lose their mind. Sabrina, Eurovision is this weird, crazy thing that's been going for 50 years, 60 years?
Longer than anyone thought it would have. Since at least the
It's a
early
songwriting
60s?
contest, a pop songwriting contest. It was developed as a contest for, was it a food, a cereal, a
Give me
drink?
like I have all this inside knowledge. I have none.
But it's developed into this huge European thing, and now that Will Ferrell did Eurovision, the Saga of Fire song, now it sounds
So
like
fun.
America wants to do it. But I don't think America should bother joining Eurovision. What
No.
America could do with all of its 50 states is just have America Vision, and just do it
America's
that way.
not camp enough for what Eurovision is offering, because especially these days, it's a very Eurovision sound, which I know is not a helpful thing if you've never watched Eurovision, but as soon as you watch it, you're like, oh, it's bombastic pop songs.
It's ridiculous.
And every country puts in their own song, and then
And when you
there's
think you've
competitions
seen
to get
everything, another country will come along. If you saw the movie Spy, and you saw that person with the silver star on their head singing in the square while Melissa McCarthy's running around and Jason Statham has the bomb in his backpack, that was a Eurovision song. I can't think of her name right now. Finalist, and that's typically a Eurovision song. OK Hun, or UK Hun, from Drag Race UK 2. It's very typically
Very
a Eurovision song.
But Eurovision that gave us ABBA,
Yeah,
gave
ABBA.
us gave the world Celine Dion. We already knew about her in Canada a little bit, but she competed for Switzerland because she doesn't care.
No,
She doesn't care.
she'll sing for any amount of money.
Mm.
Shadow King asks, which golden girl would I be if I... To be Arthur. Dorothy, I'm tall, and I don't like people.
I would, out of drag, I would say I'm definitely a B. Arthur. In drag, I think I'm more of a Rose.
Yeah, you are.
I'm
Yeah.
definitely a little more Rose.
Yeah, a
than
little
that.
more. You can hear the ocean.
You can.
Don't apologize, Neil. That's all right. Eurovision is worth talking about.
Oh, we love talking about anything that we just know a slight bit amount
Yeah.
about and acting
Yeah.
like we're experts.
I'm just catching up on everything everyone's saying the other time.
Conchita Wurst?
Oh yeah, she was
amazing.
fabulous. If you didn't see Eurovision, the saga of Fire Song, it's this film that is literally a love letter to Eurovision from Will Ferrell in the States. And one of the things that's great about it is it's a multicultural cast. Like his leading lady is Amy Adams from Canada.
No.
No. What's her name? From Mean Girls. What's
Yeah.
that girl's name? You don't know.
I know. I'm just gonna let.
Somebody will tell us in a
I'm just
second.
gonna let you struggle with that one.
I can't think of her name now. But she's Canadian. Pierce Brosnan played his dad. It was really a hilariously funny movie and very on point with the culture. In fact, a lot of people were worried that he would be taking the piss out of Eurovision. He
Yeah,
absolutely
I love
didn't.
it. His Swedish wife got him turned on.
Yeah. Oh, that's it. Verka Serduka. That's it.
Rachel McAdams is the name.
Rachel McAdams. Thank you very much, Candace. Candace has been doing a movie journey where she's been creating
Candace
a list.
does her Lent.
Yeah.
Her movies for Lent.
Yeah, and movies she has never seen. Oh, Mouton Noir is there. 1950s. I thought so, Mouton. Rachel
What kind of
McAdams.
cats, dogs, or exotic cats and dogs. I will kill anything you bring in that is sick, but I can only fix it if it's a cat or a dog.
Oh, there. Felicity Brown says there's a lot of great documentaries on YouTube about Eurovision. I know I've seen a couple. I've watched a couple because I wanted to know more about particular acts that were
We
on.
got hooked.
But
Anytime it randomly shows up on TV, we're just like, what is
Yeah,
this? But we have
yeah,
cable. We're like,
yeah.
delicious.
There's a great moment in Will Ferrell's movie, which is on Netflix if you're looking, where they do a song along, and it's literally famous people that were standouts from the history of Eurovision singing verses in different songs. It's the greatest thing. And it ends with, not Nina, oh my God, that Israeli girl. She is just so talented. Somebody will tell us
She
her
was in
name.
Netflix. She was in the.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
Yeah. She's
Oh, no.
brilliant.
I stopped listening.
Oh,
Sometimes I just zone out a little bit.
Julio Iglesias represented Spain in
69.
1969.
Did I bring a cat or a dog to kill? I didn't bring anything to kill Leon, but if things turn a little more south, if this cough turns into something bigger.
Sandy Shaw was the first UK winner. Do you know that Ireland has won 9 times?
How?
7
How
or 9
come songs
times.
about
The
potatoes
most.
like that?
Well, they just have the best singers, I think. I think Ireland
That's
and
true.
Scotland and Wales, that group,
But
they
I
got
also
not
think
much else but to sing.
The Eurovision artists are not ones who tend to always cross over to North America. So a lot of them are just, they do the Eurovision, they're huge in Eurovision, and then they just never make it. They just never make it our way.
Have you ever been to the UK? Stefan wants to know.
Have I been to the UK? I've been to the UK many a times.
Yeah.
The last time I was there
You should be
was-
there now.
I should be there now. I was supposed to go to Edinburgh for the Fringe last year, and then something happened to stop me. But yeah, no, I haven't been. According to my Facebook memories, I think it was 6 or 7 years ago. I went across for a little comedy festival in Glasgow. Spent a week in London with the Giants to show them around. We had a good time. I love the UK.
Oh yes, Neil, send us that. He has a link to his worst to first for Eurovision 21. Ireland won 7 times. I knew it was a lot.
7 times.
Yeah, Richard Mark is there. How awesome! Oh, he's talking to Lady Jenny. Lady Jenny is from England. I don't know. I think Richard's from the States. Leon is from the States. I've had really great cross-referencing of people.
Johnny Logan. I've never heard of him.
Yeah.
Have you heard
No,
of him?
I did because I looked it up. When I was talking about Eurovision, and it had to do with the UK Hun episode of Drag Race, I just did a deep dive, and one of the things I kind of in looking was like, well, Ireland seems to have won the most, or at least they're up there. They have certainly brought their singers have brought. It's not just their singers. Whoever, I think it's the song came from Ireland, and 7 times. That's impressive. Yeah, ABBA's career happened because of Eurovision.
Yeah, Waterloo.
Yep. Was that the song they entered, Waterloo?
That's the song I'm going with. Yeah, yeah. No, I'm pretty sure it was Waterloo.
Yeah. It's funny because if you tried to sell that song on paper, like, oh, this song is about comparing a relationship to the fall of Napoleon at Waterloo, you'd be like, get out of my office.
And we're going to mostly sing it phonetically because we don't actually speak English.
And we're not sure if any of it makes sense.
It's great. I like it.
Oh, Olivia Newton-John represented the UK in '74, the same year ABBA won. Ooh.
Scandalous.
Scandalous. I'm surprised. Well, but you know what? I can see Olivia Newton-John not winning in a song contest the same way I could see Diana Ross not winning. They're fine as acts, but they're not. There's no real like. A lot of Olivia Newton-John's appeal, I think, came from production and promotion. I think that Kylie Minogue is more of an interesting singer than Olivia Newton-John. But I love Olivia Newton-John.
I'd never heard of her in 1974. It was a fetus.
Barely causing trouble.
I was
thinking about it.
I was kicking my twin out of the womb.
Oh, thanks, John. John loves all my content. I hope he's talking about you too. Seriously.
Do you have an OnlyFans?
I don't that I know of.
Eurovision?
I think Wilhelmina is right. It is Waterloo. Good for you, Gina. Look at that. You're getting validation there.
Yeah.
Yes, Rebecca says it's true. What did I think of RuPaul's mustache look this week? I have to tell you, I didn't even mention it because I didn't understand it.
Yeah.
It's like the little Joyce DeWitt wig he had on a couple weeks ago.
It's confusing.
I didn't understand it.
I mustache you not to do that again.
But yeah, there's a lot that RuPaul does where I just kind of, okay.
There's a part of me that's like, this is just for you, isn't it? This is just a little inside joke between you
I
and
think
your
that he
lip.
probably had a big old herpy up on his lip and
Little herp.
didn't want his husband back in Texas going, what was with the lip?
What's with the herp?
So funny. No, it wasn't a good look, Stefan. He looked kind of pervy, porn casty.
So what do we thought? Oh, Jessica Walter.
Oh, theater ones here. What's happening with Jessica Walter?
Oh, just Candace Gregorius asking what we think about.
No. Oh, that's right. I did read that. Oh my God.
Oh.
Let's just be honest right away. I can't believe she lived that long. No offense, but she was 90, almost 90.
She was she.
Almost 90.
Oh,
in her 80s,
I thought she was
anyway.
80. I thought she was just barely 80.
No. Well, if she wasn't, it felt like she'd been around that long. Because I remember seeing Play Misty for me. Like, that's how old I am. I mean, I was young when I saw it and I didn't get it, but
the first
Jessica
time
Walters.
I really became aware of her was Arrested Development, and it was one of those things where you're like, oh, you're hilarious, and then you're like, oh, I've seen you my entire life in things.
Yeah. She's just one of those actresses that you when you do notice them, you then realize, oh my God, I've been watching you forever. I just never paid attention. One of my favorite lines that she had in Arrested Development was when she was driving by and her daughter was protesting in that cage and they were hosing her and she said, whore! There's another girl whose mother should have loved her. Whore! And then she's driving. That's the kind of dialogue I miss because of that.
Someone is wondering if there's any sexual tension between us.
Well, no, I mean, I haven't had sex in a while, and that makes me
tension.
tense, but that's...
Just tension.
No.
What you're feeling is just a palpable tension.
I love how coordinated, pink and blue,
Well,
purple and pink hair. We're very color
This is all your
matchy. God.
she was 80 even. I knew it. Thank you, Dread.
Oh, was she? All right, then
Yes.
I thought she looked older. I loved her. I thought she was so funny on Archer.
So funny on Archer.
She just, even her voice, and the reason I thought she was that funny on Archer is you can imagine what she was looking like saying those lines.
Yeah.
Like, and they drew the character to look like her anyway. It was just, I'm so sorry. I mean, the hardest thing is the people that we really appreciate are the ones we miss the most, you know, as opposed to really being able to go, oh, weren't we lucky to have experienced that fabulous person? It's hard to let them go. It's a shame. But I thought she was just brilliant, and I was certainly one of those people when I saw her on Arrested Development. It was like, oh, I love her. Like, I knew exactly who she was. I knew why I knew who she was. And if you've never seen Play Misty for Me, it is a frightening movie. Clint Eastwood plays...
Never even heard of it.
Clint Eastwood plays a DJ, a radio DJ, and this is in the 70s that this movie was done. And he's an overnight DJ, and he takes requests, and he gets this one regular caller who says, play Misty for me. And it's Jessica Walter's character, and she ends up stalking him, and this is before stalking and all that. It was very, very Fatal Attraction.
Mm.
All the International Drag Race Queens... Oops, I lost it. I went too
God,
fast.
come back.
All the International Drag Race Queens come back online today and yesterday. Anyone you are looking forward to seeing on our screens again soon from the upcoming season.
Trick question?
I don't know, because I haven't heard of the list.
No, I'm very into it.
Out of Canada, I'd love to see Rita Baga compete more, because I really enjoyed her.
Oh, Rita
And I
Baga.
think she'd do more. I think she'd do better on an international level, because there's really a disconnect in Canada between the French and the English. And
There really is. Quebec has its own star system. Like, French Canada is doing its own thing and not looking outside themselves, because they don't need to,
They
because
don't
they have
care.
all this incredible talent.
they don't care
And
if English
like,
Canada doesn't
oh,
care.
it's French.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
speak French. I'm
Yeah.
ignoring it. But
Yeah.
it's hard for there to be, for someone to escape from the Quebec star system, but a lot of times they don't need to, because they're doing just
Yeah,
fine.
yeah. There's also, I would love to see Scarlett Bobo compete again.
Yeah.
Because I really thought she did a great job, but either she was in her head too much, or it was just this experience she didn't think it was going to be, but it took her a few episodes to kind of get her traction. But I really liked her as well. I want to see Juicebox, just because I can't believe she went so... And she had one of the best transformations, so I really would like to see her. From Holland, who would you like to see from Holland?
Ooh. Even though she turned into a bit of a mean girl, I really enjoyed Cedar Jean for most of the season.
I really did too. I found her very funny, but then I like that kind of drag queen where it's a big old man out of drag, so they go for the comedy angle in drag, and I just find that campy quality much more entertaining.
Ladies and gentlemen, what? Is that not where you're going?
I hate you.
You love me. No wonder people think there's
No wonder there's sexual tension.
tension.
Stop touching me.
Did Matt Gates try to pay me for sex? No, but he did smuggle me across several state lines.
That wasn't smuggling. It was hiding you for shame.
Well, either way it was illegal.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah. That's
Although
so
I
funny.
was claiming to be younger
Mouton,
than I
you
was.
are so funny. I just need to tell you, every time I read anything you leave, it just makes me laugh
You
so
are a
hard.
black sheep.
And then Sexy Stefan, he's talking to, let me see what else he
It is just gas.
It is,
It's very one-sided tension. if you ask me.
I have the butt muscles of Barishnikov.
Your mother-daughter. That's right. That's why there's no sexual tension, because this is my mother.
Yeah,
And
yeah. And
last time I looked at her, stuff was when I was...
Richard Mark, I can't believe you're not on WoW Plus. Can I just say, the reason being is it's so cheap, and everything that's on there. My favorite thing that I've watched there has been God Save the Queen and Work the World series, because they're behind the scenes of the Queen's touring. And I really like behind the scenes of performance, like where you see the process. I enjoyed that. So both of those documentary series, there's 2 seasons of Work the World.
So much fun.
And God Save the Queen, there's only the one.
much
But I hear that they've already got a schedule for touring God Save the Queen for the season 2 gals in Europe. So something's happening. That's great. But I would love to see that documentary.
We are very gem in the hologram.
Yeah, I should never have
outrageous.
sexual tension with my daughter. No kidding. Thanks, theater fans, saying we look lovely. Unless, of course, we're in Alabama, and we're not. We couldn't be further away from Alabama.
No.
Oh, Jessica Walters was in a made-for-TV movie of Doctor Strange.
Felicity Brown, I'm going to hunt that down because I'm sure it is terrible.
I bet it's not good. It can't be good. I work for a bank, and we were doing some systems testing, and I had to create a Fox account, a faux account, to ensure all was working well. The savings account I opened was for Fingerdoo. You know, cough fee, I have to tell you, the amount of people that don't hear the pun in Wilma Fingerdoo until I say, because
I just got it.
No, you didn't.
I just got it.
No, really? But it's when people say, why Wilma Fingerdoo? And I say, well, because you can't say Wilma Assbleed on TV. And then they're like, so it's funny. I'm so glad. I'm honored that you did that. Was there any money in it? Can I collect it? That's the question I like to ask.
Is there a Canadian equivalent of Alabama?
Yeah, Hamilton.
I think so.
Or the Kawarthas, maybe. I don't know.
No, there's probably some tiny town in Alberta, southern Alberta, really close to the Idaho Panhandle, and I only know that's there because that is where the giant is from. I imported a man from Idaho by mistake. Now I can't export him again.
I think between the Edmonton Mall and Moose Jaw, there is a banjo being plucked somewhere.
Yeah, probably close to Slave Lake. It just seems like the place. Oh god, my entire face is on.
Oh, thank you, Taba. She says Taba Dabadoo. She and her husband enjoy my reviews. I'm so glad you do. Thank you. Make sure you like them. Make sure you subscribe. You know, I want to let y'all know, the reason I ask you to like and subscribe is it really helps the algorithm. I don't make money when you do that. It's not some scam or something. And I've heard some people, and it always surprises me when people say, oh, well, I heard the rule. No, it just helps the algorithm for my videos popping up. And this is one of the reasons that I've gone from just a little over 4,000 viewers to almost 7,000 since before Christmas last year. So I am very
feel
thrilled.
That I'm part of.
You're not.
No.
And I would just like to thank you all. That it's so lovely of you all. But what I've noticed is as that builds, I'm also getting new people who, you popped into my suggested video feed or some such thing. So that's the real reason I keep pushing it. And I'm sorry if all of you have subscribed and there's just no new people, but I keep saying it for that reason. Did either of us see Tace's dad had been tweeting some absolute amazing supportive messages?
He sounds like
no.
Very much in keeping.
Oh, John Dwyer, thank you for the birthday tip. That's lovely of you.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thanks, John.
No, but God, Tace's family. It just sounds like Tace has a great family.
Sounds like they were supportive
and
right
his
from the
dad
get-go.
is the one. Tace's dad is the one that did bass for Wham. And I just watched an interview with Andrew Ridgeley, the other guy from Wham, the other day, talking about. Why was George Michael in the closet? It's like, why didn't you shut your face?
Because it was the 80s.
It's the 80s. People wanted to know everything. Nobody with feathered, highlighted hair like that is all man.
Anyone who knew, and anyone who didn't need to know.
Move on. Move on.
Hetero sex object.
Unless you're upset that he's not hitting on you, I don't see why it's bothering you.
He wouldn't have hit on you anyways.
Dawn Rollins. That's why she likes to comment on my videos. If you comment on my videos, I answer. I try and answer at least once.
That's why I don't comment.
I know.
I don't like to engage too much. Too much already.
23 subscribers joined.
Because of Wilhelmina. It's true.
Is that right?
1,623
Well, he says that so you would tell us, but anyway. Andre loves Popescu. Andre Lille Popescu likes the rapport between us gals.
Nice, and I like the way you
Butchered that poor man's name. Is Taste... I heard somebody say that Taste was the face of Coke in Britain right now, and good for her.
I didn't even know Coke had a face.
Well, it does now. And that's a face I would watch. I would be okay.
Oh God, we have to...
No, that's all right. We're just... That's
Something
still been
closed,
running.
Something closed.
I'm closing it all. It's all done. It's gone. It's bye-bye. Yeah. No, I think that Tace is... she should be the face of many things. Those cheekbones. Oh, April Pemberton Holden. How are you, doll? Caught doing something naughty in school. My friends and I had fake names. If I was a teenager who didn't know... It was a teacher that didn't know us.
These things.
Okay, you read it.
If it was a teacher who didn't know us, and mine was Annette Curtin, Teresa Green, or just in case. Yeah, just in case.
Just in case. Yeah, that's a good one.
Did I have a fake name? No, everyone knew who I was.
Yeah, you were pretty
Stood
recognizable.
Out. Pretty stood out. And my white face. What kind of music are you into, Wilma?
Oh, I like
Lullabies.
everything. I really like talent. Like so if it's a good voice. Like so I love a lot of jazz. I love a lot of R&B. I like Marilyn Manson. I thought her videos were spectacular.
You can say his for Marilyn
His,
Manson.
whatever. I don't care. What am I liking right now? I don't really listen. You know, when I was working on the radio, it just became too much. I'm not one of those people. I don't walk around with music playing in my head. I like to hear the world when I'm walking.
And the soundtrack that's naturally playing all the time.
Yeah. But I'm a whore for anything from the 70s, all that disco music, Earth, Wind and Fire, all of that. I grew up in the 80s. I was working in a record store in the 80s, so Echo and the Bunnymen. The Staple Singers. They had an album that came out that year, and I was listening to them. I love their I don't want to say a religious group. They're what do you call that?
Gospel.
Inspirational. Yeah.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so I was always a fan of Christina Aguilera, but not so much of Britney Spears because I really liked Christina Aguilera's voice. There was a talent there. Whereas with Britney Spears, it was more of a production, and I didn't mind the production.
Yeah,
but
she's an entertainer.
But yeah, I definitely would buy a Christina Aguilera album. I loved Macy Gray's first album. Oh my God, I couldn't get enough of that. India Irie's first album. Oh my God, that was just... And I heard a couple of tracks off her second album. They weren't bad, but they weren't great, and I think I avoided it because I didn't want to have a bad memory of India Irie.
Don't taint it. Don't taint it.
It's like, I don't know, I just, Susie and the Banshees. Is that what you mean? Susie, perchance, Wilma? I love Susie. I thought she was great. That makeup at that time was just so spectacular. I keep missing people's stuff. I'm so sorry, guys. Earth, Wind, and Fire are doing a battle against the Isley Brothers on Versus tonight. Oh my God. Candace has a great story about... she used to get bullied by a kid who would make her sing... I think it was an Earth, Wind, and Fire song. And I said, you have to videotape that as a flashback memory because it was too funny. Get on it, Candace. What else are you doing?
Get on it, Candy!
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Teardrop Explodes tickle your fancy at all, Wilma? I don't know who that is. Have you heard of Teardrops Explode?
No, I know.
Teardrop Explodes?
I'm excited that I can go through this afterwards.
Yeah.
And get some Boogie Wonderland is what Candace.
You know who my favorite of all time? Alison Moyet, and prior to that, Yaz, her band with Vince Clarke, who was from Depeche Mode. He was one of the founding members of Depeche Mode. Had a huge problem with somebody in had a huge problem with somebody in there. Freaked off to start his own band with Alison Moyet, and then they were the biggest act in Britain. He had a problem with her too, and then he had such a problem with her that he went out and hired Andy Bell to sing for him because he sounded just like Alison Moyet.
Maybe you're the problem.
Maybe he's the problem.
Maybe you're the problem.
Oh yes, Wilhelmina will. Well, now Wilhelmina might not be able. Oh, is it next week? Will you be able to do
For the season 13 finale next week, I might be able to. Is that when it's happening?
Yeah, because this week this Thursday coming is the
Friday.
top 4 to 3, and then
Yeah.
they'll do the finale, I guess, the week after.
Oh, will I be done? I might be in the hospital. I might not be
Yeah,
able to.
yeah. You,
Maybe
and if
a little-
you've been in the hospital,
I have a little work done.
yeah.
Not to my.
No.
But I totally want to wake up from surgery and be like, I thought you were just gonna do my tits. Just having a little open heart surgery.
Yeah,
I know. And then I won't be able to wear low cut shirts because I'll have this huge scar here.
But then
All
maybe
right,
people will like that.
I'm gonna show off the boobs, but I can't.
But I definitely will getting her her take on it all. Oh, April's birthday is the 10th of April, so we're almost birthday twins as well. Oh, I missed what Candace said there. My bully made me sing Boogie Wonderland. That's right. I'm sorry that I laughed, Candace, but the way you told me that story the first time I heard it was so funny. And all I can see you in is a parka with thick glasses and mittens hanging out, singing Boogie Wonderland. She had to do all the moves and everything.
I would have preferred that sort of bullying to the. I would have much preferred that to the abuse.
Yeah.
That I received.
Yeah,
as
I
a
would
bully.
have rocked
Song and
Boogie
dance, a little
Wonderland.
soft shoe.
Absolutely.
Instead of breaking my arm, let's go for that. We'll go
Yeah,
for
I
that.
love Alison Moyet. I follow her as well still now.
I like how these umbrellas just hide your entire face.
Yeah. Oh, I should stick mine in my hair. Here's my hat. There we go.
Oh, that's what
That's
was
better.
missing.
That's what was
missing.
missing. That's why I like the umbrella, so you can keep track of how many cocktails you've had. 80s band. Teardrop Explodes is an 80s band with Julian Cope.
Oh, I know Julian Cope.
I've never heard of that band.
So, Julian Cope definitely had a solo career after Teardrop Explodes, because I heard of him.
So he was in
late
Teardrops
80s.
of Sport and then moved on.
But I've never heard of him.
Speaking of British bands, Dead or Alive.
You spin me right
Oh,
around.
God. And then his homoerotic album, the one that was after that with Nude. It was called Nude. I love that.
I don't think I'm entirely sure I know any more than that one song.
Oh, shut
Dead or
your
Alive.
face.
I genuinely am racking my brain to see if it's
I was a huge Culture Club fan, not a huge Duran Duran fan. I didn't mind Duran Duran, and I think when Duran Duran covered White Lines, like after their success, like well past their due date, it made me realize, oh, they actually have some talent. I just was not a Duran Duran fan, and no offense to anybody, but I really like Culture
No
Club.
offense to Duran Duran.
There were 3 albums out in the 70s with Ethel Merman. They were, I bet. Ethel Merman is hilarious anyway. You know, Yazoo, Lady Jenny, they couldn't be called Yazoo in America because there was a band in America called Yazoo, so they had to be called Yaz. And to this day, I don't know anyone who's heard of or heard the albums of Yazoo America.
I don't think that's very unfair. I
Yeah.
understand that you got there
Yeah.
first, but
Yeah.
I think the name should
Oh,
go
Only
to whoever's
You.
the most
Only You
famous.
was such a great song. I remember. I used to listen to music in headphones back then, and that was an album. Only You, Ode to Boy, and then Alison Moyet had her an album called Essex, and on that album she had a revisit to Ode to Boy, which was done very industrial. There was breaking lights and crashing, and then she did it with an acoustic guitar. Oh my God, it was just a fantastic song. When he drives, I love to watch his hands, white smooth, almost feminine, almost American. Anyway.
Oh, I'm sure the original's much better.
Ah! Crust! Echo and the Bunnymen, I remember hearing. Oh God, there were so many. The Water Boys, they were great.
I know one Water Boys.
I worked at a record store in the 80s. It was my 2 dream jobs were to work in a video store and work in a record store. I worked in a record store first.
What's a video store, Wilma?
Get away from me. You're not that young.
No, but I'm still young.
Oh, Dolph Lundgren and Grace Jones. Oh my
Grace
God.
Jones.
Yeah, on Playboy. Yeah, I would have bought that. I bought the Sandra Bernhard one. Sandra Bernhard on and in Playboy. Yeah, I had to. It was Sandra Bernhard.
No, the stack of porn I discovered behind a convenience store in grade 9 did not have any
Shakespeare's
Playboys in it.
Sister, Neil. Oh,
yes.
Oh, with Marcella Detroit. Wow, wow. I love that. Oh my God, that song is In your own world. Oh, it's just
Stay.
Yeah, stay. That's it. Her voice. Oh, that ethereal voice of Marcella Detroit, and then Siobhan. Is she still married to Dave Stewart?
I don't know. I don't keep track of these people once they're
Oh,
out of my
you're not a
mind.
true fan. That's the problem.
I'm not a true fan. Bronski beat. Again, I know one Bronski beat song.
Oh, did she? John's saying that Alison Moyet wrote the song "Ode to Boy" about Vince Clarke. He probably made her. 8-track tapes. Michael, I do remember 8-track tapes, but I didn't own one, and none of the vehicles we drove had one in it. But I remember being at a friend's house, and they had an 8-track tape, and I was like, well, what the hell is that? I'd never seen one before.
We've never had 8 tracks.
Jimmy Somerville, Shakespeare Sister, Bronski beat. There was an amazing club in Liverpool called Upstairs at Eric's, and every band mentioned played there. Yeah,
amazing.
yeah, and that's why they called it was that their album Upstairs. That was their second one. No, their first one was Upstairs at Eric's. The second one was You and Me Both. They only did 2 albums. Yes, you.
Would I be shocked if Candy Muse
Yes,
won?
that's right. The last shout of AbFab, Marcella Detroit was in
I'm
it.
not sure if I'd be shocked if Candy Muse won because
No.
I know how TV works, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't be entirely thrilled if Candy won.
I don't think, no offense to her, but I don't think that she deserves to win. I'm not saying that if she won, that somebody should take it from her or bully her online. But when you compare the fact that Gottmik has 3 wins, so does Rosé now, and
Yeah.
Simone has 4. Simone's been in the bottom twice. Like, if anyone were going to miss the final thing, it could be. I don't want to even say it out loud because it shouldn't happen.
Say it out, bite your tongue.
But of the group, she has been kind of the one that's landed. She's lip synced twice. The other 2 haven't. But Gottmik should have been in the bottom twice and wasn't.
Yeah.
So no offense
Yeah.
to
We'll see
Gottmik.
how it all shakes out. They're just making some TV for us.
Oh, is there new stuff from Shakespeare's Sister, Neil? Oh no, I haven't, but I'm going to look it up for sure. I think that's fabulous.
I love how this has turned into an 80s UK
Yeah.
music celebration.
Oh, it's just a live birthday chat, Brick. Brick is here. Brick's a doll.
Brick.
Yeah, it's not a premiere or anything. It's just literally, it's just an excuse for me to say, hey, y'all, and hang out with Wilhelmina, and I think we should sing a song.
Oh God, are we singing?
Do we have the last verse of the Judgment Song?
No, I couldn't.
So we'll just do the first
Okay.
2.
Do I have the second verse of the Judgment Song? Maybe.
Maybe I'll sing it for you if you don't remember. So Wilhelmina Out of Drag is Ted Morris, a brilliant stand-up comic, and I am Richard Ryder, a brilliant stand-up comic. And when we were performing earlier in our career, we were creating an audience for ourselves, and the one way we thought we would do this was to travel to gay campgrounds and perform, because where else were they going?
There's only 3 of them. It was a very small tour.
So we went to this one place in southern Ontario called The Point, and if you want to visit their website, it's get_to_the_point.com. And it is a clothing optional.
Wilma didn't tell me this.
No.
She revealed bits of this weekend to me very slowly.
Yeah.
Mostly as we were pulling into the campground. She's
yeah.
like, oh, it's the bear weekend. I'm like, oh, what fun. It's like, yeah, it's the bear jamboree. I'm like, oh, that's going to be a ton of fun. Oh, and it's clothing optional. Okay, all right, so we're going to perform for a bunch of naked bears.
Yeah.
And we did.
Yeah. And we had, where we were performing the first time, they had, you know, when you are working on a car outside at night and there's those bright halogen lights, and they had 4 of them just up, just like searchlights right on us. And what was funny about that was where we were standing on a platform, we were outside, behind us was the exit trail to the dirty woods. People could go into the woods and have sex.
The adult playground equipment in the woods.
Yeah, it was very, very funny. Our other comic that was with us, Robbie Posat, turned around at one point and yelled, "I can see your shame!" It was the most obtuse evening ever. But we performed there like almost 5 years?
5 years in a row, I think.
Yeah. So we wrote a
Not
song.
too busy and famous.
I don't know. It's not getting better than that. But, you know I judge because I'm gay.
Super gay.
So come and sit by me. If you got nothing, guys, to say, all you others, don't worry about it. If you cared what I thought, you'd have worn a better outfit. I really love your hair. I hope that it wins. Come on, make an effort. Looking good ain't a sin. You dress like we all don't have eyes.
There's this new invention. It's called a mirror. Shine reflectively. Judging by the way some folks dress, they can't be selling that well, I fear. 'Cause red's not the new black, black is. Those pants don't make your eyes look fat, it just is. Just 'cause it's a sale, don't mean you should wear it. If you had a pet,
You would scare it.
stop shopping at the discount mall.
And that was us judging people.
We just judged them. I mean, they're all naked. They were judging us for wearing clothes. Like, look at how many clothes they're wearing.
And then we did a song for the point itself. Now I'm starting to wonder if I can remember this song. Oh my God! So
We
it's
just ripped off another song.
Mary Tyler Moore.
Yeah. We'll get there.
Let me think about it. I'll get there.
While you do that, you can scroll through and see. There we go. Oh God.
Oh no, it was Girls Just Want to Have Fun.
You hang out in a morning light up the There it is.
Oh no. You wake up in the morning light and you realize your tent is nowhere inside. That's okay, no need to explain, you just got drunk at the point again. Here we're drunk at the point again. You go to the woods to see what you can see, and suddenly you're being tied to a tree.
A leather daddy spanks your
Back
ass
till it's sore, and that's why you are a whore. That's why you are a whore. Oh, you got the loosest butt. Oh, you are the biggest slut. You're such a pig, I'm surprised you don't oink. But that's you camping at the point. That's you camping at the point. I just have to remember that much.
Yeah.
Sundays come, and so have you. Your body's dehydrated and you look like poo.
Pooh.
Try to think through the growing migraine when you can do it all again. 'Cause you know you're gonna do it all again. Oh, you are the biggest slut. You got the loosest butt. You're such a pig, I'm surprised you don't oink. But that's you camping at the point. That's you camping at the point. I got all the chords wrong.
I'm very impressed that those words came out of my brain for so long.
I just got to hear the first couple of notes and it all come back to me. That's not good. I have been working on Kitty Girl.
Oh, kitty girl.
And I cannot get the B minor chord. For those of you who play the guitar and can play a B minor chord, God bless your cotton socks.
Is it this one? Is it this one?
Yes, it's that one.
Which
No,
arthritic
it's
hand
this one.
movement is
It's a fretting on the 3rd fret, and that's it. I can play it, but I can't play it well. So it's hey kitty girl,
Stephanie.
it's your world. When you walk the street, step in, and then to the beat. I can't do it. It's horrible. But I started to learn to play it on the guitar because of Trixie Mattel. And you know Trixie Mattel.
Oh, we're like this. me. No, I met Trixie just for Laughs in Montreal. We were on the same gala, so we got to hang out before, during, and after. We had a super fun time.
We have to tour the UK together.
We do have to tour the UK together. Will they let you in? It'll be fun.
I've been there tons. The last time I was in the UK, I was in
that
right.
about Simon Cowell?
What's that?
Stephanie's telling off Simon Cowell. I would love to tell off Simon Cowell.
Oh, they did. Have you not seen the video? It's on YouTube.
Yeah.
We should have put that tape on your forehead.
We should have put that tape on my forehead.
There you
That's
go.
all right.
Keep sliding back. This is a nice long wing. I have to
Well,
let you
having
know.
hair down my back.
This is a gift from Susan Nikolai on my Patreon page. For those of you who want to join me on Patreon, support me on Patreon, there is a link down on the scroll. You see it now. But she sent me this, and Wilhelmina has a pink, almost pink afro
Pink
wig.
is my color.
But the problem with it was that it needed to be rebrushed and combed and styled, and we just didn't get to it today. And this is how she ended up with that pink wig. We were putting her in face. I was like, oh, we need to put some hair on you. And I started looking through what I had available, and I threw on that pink wig, and now, well, that's hers. And now I'm afraid that she might steal this. You better not. I won't let you. I'll just snatch it off.
Gorgeous. No,
You look good today, though.
I do look good today.
You snatched
I'm
it
just
up.
not used to this hair on my back.
I know.
don't know how you do it.
I don't. I can't feel anything back there.
I wish I'd told off Simon.
Do you want to know something, Rebecca? I have never watched a fashion photo review with Raja and Raven, and the reason I don't watch. I mean, it's not just them. I don't watch a lot of reviews of RuPaul's Drag Race because I really don't want to have other people's opinions in my head.
Right.
And it's
too many people in your head already.
Well, we're chatty, and I just really like when I'm done an episode, because I used to do this. I'd go and watch Maddie Rant's review or IMHO's review right after I was finished mine, as it's loading up, and while I'm watching theirs, I'm like, oh my god, I didn't talk about that, or oh, I didn't. And then it makes me crazy that now I'm putting out a less than video.
No,
So
they didn't talk about the stuff you talked about. You
it's
talk
true.
about when you want
It's
to,
true.
you
But I
talk
can't
about when you
help.
want to talk
I can't
about
help it.
both.
I'm that person. I like to judge. I like to compare myself to others. I mean, it's a human thing. I think that Wilhelmina should bring Trixie. But you, excuse me. The first time I did you up, you texted her a picture.
Yes.
Yeah. She was
God.
like, block.
Yes, like, who is this? Like,
Who is this?
Last thing we need is another wannabe drag queen.
But I do enjoy a lot of the reviews. But yeah, that's the other thing I have to say, Rebecca, is I think that that the Drag Race review, photo review, because they're connected. Well, Raven is doing Ruth's face.
Yeah.
She can't really slag anybody, honestly, or like she wants. But I have to say, she also is one of those people that I think just says what she wants anyway. So I don't think she much cares. But yeah, it would be interesting.
Jonathan, I did do a set at the Comedy Nest with Trixie. I didn't get to see her perform that night. We were doing our warm-up sets for our tapings, which were happening the next day. And then they just, I did my set, I crushed, it was amazing. And then they whisked me off to do another show, so I didn't even get to see or hang out with Trixie that much that night. But yeah, it was in the Nest, I crushed it.
Yeah. You have to get Ted's comedy album. It's for sale. It's called Dawn of the Ted.
It's called Dawn of the
Where
Ted.
can they get it?
You can find it anywhere you can buy stuff online, or you can listen to it on Spotify, you can listen to it Sirius XM, I'm on that all the time. But yeah, it's on iTunes and Lollipop soon.
Look, we've already got a tour booked in England.
Perfect.
Nick would like to see us there. Oh my God, Chris! I would love to do a collab with Alexis P. Bevels. I just think she's so fabulous. She's part of the IMHO girls, and she was the winner of the first season of Camp Wanakiki. And for those of you, I have talked about this, but I haven't talked about it a lot, and it makes me think I should review this season because it's on YouTube.
I couldn't make it through Camp Wanakiki.
No, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was so refreshing because they're never out of drag. You never see them out of drag until they're kicked off the show. It's like camp. They're doing all these stupid things. And then God bless the Sugar Baker twins. they're the brothers that own Hamburger Mary's, who sponsored and created Camp Wanakiki. So they're the worst people in drag. They couldn't have less personality. It is so funny. The real star of that show was Camp Counselor Ruthie. She was a hoot and a holler. But Alexis P. Bevels was on season 1, and because she works with Darby Lynn Cartwright and Auntie Chan from IMHO, I think it was Darby Lynn and Alexis that did a lot of consulting and writing for season 2 of Camp Wanakiki. And I don't know why they didn't do a third, if all of this madness is why. But I really wish and hope that they would do a third, because I really enjoyed the show. I thought it was really cute and refreshing, because it wasn't a drag race.
It wasn't a clone of Drag Race.
No,
it was drag doing its
no.
own
And better than Dragula. No offense to Dragula, because I think that the participants in Dragula that we saw were brilliant, but I just could not watch that show. I watched the whole second season and I was done.
I only watched the first season because you were reviewing it.
I didn't review the first season.
I
reviewed
didn't watch
season.
the first season at all. I only watched the second season because Wilma was reviewing it.
Yeah. And I enjoyed to review it, but I couldn't watch it again. It was hard. I remember it's like, oh, what are you doing tonight? I'd be like, oh, I'm watching
I
Dragula.
liked that it was doing something different. I was like, oh, this is different. And I was like, no, I don't like this.
Yeah.
Just because it was different, I don't like it.
Oh, Dread Pirate. I keep thinking I should do it, and I keep getting so busy in other things, but I think I could easily fit it into filming, so I'll give it a good a thought, Camp Wanakiki. But yeah, I would love for them to come back for a third season. They've only done 2. Big hugs from the Netherlands. Woo! That sounds rude.
Really good.
By the way, I think Wilhelmina should be more YouTube. She makes me laugh so much.
It's true. That's because you have excellent taste. That's why I make you laugh so much.
Oh, JSV. Bonjour, JSV. I don't know how to say JSV in French. Joey.
GSV.
Joey used to do a Drag Race review with Siatha Knight.
Oh, fun.
Siatha Knight still does a Drag Race review, and she's the reason this happened. She came here, sat on the other side of this table, and
said,
prettied up.
No,
she prettied up, and every time I looked up at her, she kept looking dewier and fresher and more beautiful and younger, and I was like, what are you using? And that's where I was first introduced to Jeffree Star makeup.
Oh.
And from there, I've been on this great makeup journey, and the most recent, Leon Plamaker on Patreon sent me some fantastic Juvia's Place makeup, which I love. And then Martha from BC sent me that Trixie Mattel palette, which I'm using on my next movies and makeup, which will be at this Friday. I'm talking about the movie Anti-Mame with Rosalind Russell, and I used the Trixie palette. So.
Nice.
And then the next one after that will be Funny Girl, and I'll be using the palettes that Leon sent me. So thank you all for enjoying the first one, which was more of an introduction to the series. But yes, that will be continuing this Friday. I'll probably do a live premiere so we can chat. But if you have a movie you'd like me to talk about, you can email me. I should have put my email down in the crawl. But it's Wilma Fingerdoo, SRSLY, Sursly, at gmail.com.
Thursday.
Fingerdoo has 2 O's, you heard me.
Thursday is no O's.
But it's so good to see JVC. I don't think I would know Siatha if it weren't for Joey. So he has that to be blamed for. Oh yeah, I have not seen Yahua Hamasaki's bootleg opinions. I haven't seen anything that Ms. Cracker's done. Although I did see a lot of her videos, that like the Ms. Cracker videos that weren't about Drag Race, just her little videos. They're so funny. She's so funny.
I got to work with Ms. Cracker too.
When was that?
It was a show at
oh, that's right. That's right.
Theater in Toronto, and so it was like, do you want to do some stand-up? I'm like, great. It was like with a bunch of drag queens. I'm like, great. So it was like, Ms. Cracker's gonna be a headliner. I'm like, great. And then of course, as soon as I got there, I was like, oh well, this is gonna be terrible because a stand-up comedian cannot hold a drag audience's attention.
No.
And as soon as
you're not sparkly enough or spinning enough.
No. Like, oh, this is a terrible, terrible mistake. I can't compete against queens.
If you'd gone out there and tried to walk in heels for 10 minutes, it would have been more successful.
It would have been more successful. But honestly, everyone was just like for Ms. Cracker. So.
Oh, Felicity loves Auntie Mame and wants to be her when she grows up. Me too, Felicity. I want to be her when I grow up. Yeah, that's it. Thank you, Leon, who's so good. Leon's great. Leon and Jennifer Spain Green have been my longest supporters on,
Fabulous.
just not on YouTube only, but with
Things
Patreon.
like MySpace and...
No, I'm not on MySpace. I don't even do TikTok videos, although somebody said I should, so I'm looking into it.
I know.
God
keep
damn
saying
it.
I'm
God
barely
damn it.
caught up to Instagram. I need something
What have you
new.
got back there, reindeer? Sure, I'd love to meet your family. It's this terrific volley, and I just squashed the ping pong ball. Sorry. Really, it's a good movie. You should see it. Oh, the Poseidon Adventure. Do you know I saw that movie in a drive-in? If you saw my first episode of...
Do the Poseidon?
No.
Here comes the wave.
Ah! I'll give you a wave. Shelley Winters dying, she reminded me of my mom. Because my mom kind of looked
your
like
mom's
Shelley
dying?
Winters in the Poseidon Adventure at that time. And I was 8, 9, I don't even know what year it came out. But, I cried and cried and cried. And then the first time I did it, I performed on a cruise ship. All I could think of was the Poseidon Adventure and Shelley Winters dying.
Is that what happened?
How do you say that? Motaba?
That's how you say that.
Well, I don't know.
I don't know how they say it, but that's how you say it.
But they want me
Say it the way you
to
want to
set
say
up
it.
a fans only.
An
page.
OnlyFans? Alright.
Oh, I don't know. I
I'm
can't.
not helping.
If you
Scott.
want to be a fans only subscriber, do it on Patreon. The link is down below.
If you're going to do an OnlyFans, we're going to
yeah.
need a lot more concealer.
No, I couldn't do that.
A lot more
But
concealer.
I do 2 weekly chats on Patreon. We have one coming up this weekend, and we also have my weekly watcha, which is just a weekly update for me. I'll talk about anything, whether you've given me a topic to talk about or something. I have 2 coming up because I missed last week, and I apologize to all of you. It's a coming.
I need to watch Derek Barry roasting herself. Oh,
Yeah.
comedy is hard, Derek.
I'm going to be doing What's Up, Doc. I was just talking to you about that.
Yes.
Madeline Kahn's first movie. Yes.
Mama slapped me once because I never heard of it.
Well, I just thought that in that movie, Barbara Streisand with that lovely straight 70s hair looked like Jennifer Aniston. And I can't believe that she hasn't played Jennifer Aniston's mom in a movie. And Wilhelmina said, who's Barbara Streisand, or what's up, or something, and I just slapped her. That was my reaction, was just to slap her face, and the noise she made. It's fantastic. Oh yes, Hush Hush Sweet Charlotte is coming for sure, yep. What else? Auntie Mame is playing Hush Hush Sweet Charlotte. I remember seeing that when I was young and not understanding what the hell I was watching. It was just so weird.
I understand very little.
Oh, Madeline Kahn was a goddess. Her performance in Blazing Saddles as Lily von Stupp, she sings that song, I'm tired and tired of... She's doing a Marlene Dietrich voice, I'm tired, I'm pooped, tired of being admired. She's brilliant. What was it that... I don't know. She was in all of those Mel Brooks films, but...
I don't think I've seen If I saw Blazing Saddles, I blocked it out. Young Frankenstein definitely a million times.
But she used to do this thing where she would get more and more vocal. It's like, and the people and the running! It just made me laugh so hard. I just thought, when she died, that was a real disappointment. I was... I am coming back to the Maddie Rants panel, Solomon. I will be there this Sunday. We're doing another panel. It's 2 hours, and I had so much fun on my first one, which was a month ago. So I'm so happy Maddie asked me back, and I'm so pleased that people like me enough to force him to ask me back. Torch Song Trilogy. I'm actually going to do a series of drag queen movies. So Victor, Victoria, although that's not about drag queens, but it has them in it. Priscilla, Tu Wong Fu, Connie and Carla, Torch Song. Outrageous. I don't think I'll do Outrageous 2. But Craig Russell's film Outrageous. It's awful. Don't get me wrong. It's awful. It was made in the 70s for $25, and it looks like it. But it's such a great historical film for drag because Craig Russell was an international performer. His impersonations were fabulous. But the best thing about it are the drag queens that are in that movie. There's a few drag queens in it that aren't with us anymore, but were cornerstones of the entertainment scene in Toronto, and they filmed a lot of it at a club called the Manatee, which is it's a condo now. But
Everything's a condo now.
yeah. But that's a great movie to do. Torch Song, Mixed Nuts. That's the one where she's
Mixed Nuts. I've seen a million times.
Yeah, so she has that moment in the movie. It's like, because there's the people and her and what's his name from What's Up, Doc? He just died. Ugh. They're so funny together in that movie. No.
Is it Jesus?
Yeah, I have to put Mixed Nuts down. You know, I never liked Hedwig and the Angry Inch.
I loved it.
I didn't like the movie. I think I would have liked... actually, I did see a production on stage in Toronto. I loved it, but I didn't like the movie, and I feel like the reason was because the man who wrote it also directed it.
Yeah.
And started it, and that's too much. It's like Stephen King's early books. You need an editor. You're not that great. Calm down. I felt that
like
if he'd had another director helping create, because I just felt it lay flat for me. It's a movie I should probably watch again, but I didn't enjoy watching it the first time.
I love the songs. Got me. I did watch a stage performance of it on a tiny little stage, and it was very powerful.
Yeah, it was at a bar.
But I felt it was like I almost look at them as two separate things. The stage version, the movie version. I think I saw it at the Drake. They did it at the Space in the Drake.
Oh, Nick S. is going to Canada. Where in Canada? Because there's really only 3 places to go: the East Coast, the West Coast, or somewhere in the middle. If you like
to go everywhere.
Yeah, you can't go everywhere. This is the worst thing about Canada is we have like 5 major cities, and 3 of them are worth visiting, and they're not close. You need to fly or plan a few days in a car. But I have been to St. John's, Newfoundland, and don't go unless it's the summer, and that's only for about
the summer
3
in
days
Newfoundland is the
in
first
August.
3 days of August.
Yeah, and that's it. Otherwise, there's a week of bugs, and then it's followed by a week of bugs, and then it's snow and glaciers. But St. John's, Newfoundland, Peggy's Cove is in Nova Scotia.
Nova Scotia.
Halifax is gorgeous.
Halifax is nice. Go to Montreal or go to Quebec City.
Yeah.
If you've never been to Europe, go to Quebec City.
Go to Quebec City. You'll feel like you're in Europe.
Go to Montreal.
Or if you go to St. John's, Newfoundland, you can actually take a boat to a French-owned island that's just off of, I don't know why, but there it is.
It's there.
And it's you need to have a passport. You need French currency. It's French. But we have that out there. Toronto, if you like New York, you like a big city, then Toronto. But I don't feel like right now is the best time to go to any city. But Toronto's that kind of city.
COVID.
And if you don't mind the rain, Vancouver is fantastic.
Vancouver's great.
If you like a mall, Edmonton's great. Edmonton has White Street.
I'm not. No offense, Edmonton. I would not recommend
Did you
to
like
our
White's Avenue?
international travelers. No, if I'm sending an international traveler to Alberta, I'm sending them to Calgary.
Calgary, for the cows.
It's just nicer, but the river going through.
Yeah,
It's so cute.
yeah.
So cute.
I don't know. I got out of the plane in Edmonton, and then we were driving, and I looked out because it's prairies. It's flat. Like you could stand on the hood of a car and see the CN Tower. It is flat. And I look over to my left as we're driving, and it's nighttime, and there were like these 3 pyramids lit up. Like,
oh, I performed in those pyramids.
yeah,
At the
and
botanical
I'm like,
gardens.
the botanical gardens, but you're la 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 la. Where the frig am I? I felt like I'd been transported to Mars or
There's
something.
a couple of. That's the only nice part of Edmonton I've been to. Otherwise, I've only been to the nasty parts of Edmonton. So I'm sure there's some lovely parts.
But I really like White's Avenue. White's Avenue is very bohemian. I got my dragonfly tattoo on White's Avenue with my friend Chris Sanderson. She was living there at the time. I've never been out west. I've never been to Vancouver. The furthest west I've been is Edmonton.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, I hear it's brilliant. I've been to San Diego, but I've not been to West Coast Canada.
San Diego does not look like Vancouver.
No, it's thank God. It is
different.
fab. I could live in San Diego, I'll tell you
I
what.
live in Vancouver, but I can't afford it.
Oh, Madeline Kahn and Clue, so funny.
Oh,
And
just Clue in general.
yeah. Also, Jane Curtin, wasn't she in Clue? No, it was the woman from Private Benjamin, not Goldie Hawn.
Because I was going to see Goldie.
No, Eileen Brennan. Oh my God, she was in Clue. She is so funny. And then what's her name from Victor Victoria? Not Julie Andrews.
I was going to say Julie Andrews, and I knew that was the wrong
no.
answer.
I can't think of her name right now. Somebody will say it. Watch. But yeah, I love the movie.
Fully
Clue.
lost track of the chat.
Rocky Horror Picture Show. I can't think of his name now. I'm having a stroke right here.
She's having a stroke.
Oh, hey, from Switzerland. That's everyone. Working Beauty is Denise Cherneau. She is one of the artists that is featured on my Redbubble page. The link is down below. She is brilliant. She's also a fabulous performer. And one of the things that I love is on her Instagram page, there's a picture of Kenny Rogers and Dolly Parton. And you realize they're lookalikes. Denise, who is a gorgeous buxom redhead, is not the Dolly Parton. She's the Kenny Rogers. And she made her own beard and wig for Kenny Rogers. She's so talented. Chester, Canada. Where the hell is that? Oh.
I'm assuming that's a tiny town, which means that we might have performed
Tim
there.
Curry, thank you, Leon. God damn it.
Oh.
Leslie Ann Warren, thank you, Lady Jenny.
Yeah.
Leslie Ann Warren in Victor Victoria is so funny, and I feel like everything she did after that was either to make you forget it or remind you she did it. And I felt like she had a... oh, I love the film Jeepers Creepers. I like... did you ever see any of the Jeepers Creepers franchise?
I think I did.
I enjoyed it.
Were people doing stupid things down there? Although, you know,
Leon, Denise is so talented.
I really have to take back all the yelling at horror movies. Like, people wouldn't be that stupid. People aren't that stupid.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Yeah, I think that when you're running for your life from something you didn't expect to see, you're not going to be the smartest
Going
person.
down a big wet hole in Jeepers Creepers sort of thing.
Yeah. I just want to see what the hell time is it.
Reviewing Australia? It is.
Oh, I am doing, I will be. In fact, Australia Drag Race, apparently the thing they put out as these are the queens that are on it is their Meet the Queens. So I will be doing a review based on that. I do know quite a few of the queens. There's two of them that hosted a House of Drag, which was filmed in New Zealand. And one of them was quite large and one of them was quite small. And
Which is which? Which is which?
the large one has lost a ton of weight since then. And they both competed on the same season, the first season of Drag Race Australia. So I'm excited to see that. I also want to say Michael Bergantino sent me a birthday gift. It wasn't on my Amazon wish list, which made me just giggle. And it was a box of flags. And I have...
I'm sorry, a box of...
Flags!
I'm sorry, one more time.
So there's one for New Zealand and one for Australia. I'll be having those up behind me when I do my review of Drag Race Australia. I have one for Spain. I have one for Holland. I have one for Canada and America. So thanks to Michael, that was so fun.
My face did not take 6 hours today, David.
Oh,
Although
Phantasm!
Wilma
Oh, I don't
definitely
know.
jumped in.
I couldn't watch. I remember that scaring the hell out of me as a child because, well, I was a child. But that's with the floating ball that's stuck in your face. Do you remember Phantasm?
Well, I'm never scared of balls in my face.
It's because your boyfriend's 6'7".
It's true, they're always in my face.
So, thank you for asking, David. Now, the last time we did your face, it took you 5 hours.
It took a very long time.
It was a long time, but there were some smoke breaks.
It wasn't
There were
5
tears.
continuous hours.
There was
a
a
lot
fight.
of me pausing and waiting for my mama to be done with whatever stage she was on so she could help me. But today I thought I got the bass done really fast.
You did. So you got here at about 11, or
Yes.
10:30, and then by 11:30 we were ready to start.
Yep.
I think it only took 2 hours to do your
maybe
makeup.
2.5.
But the thing that I've been doing for myself has been developing my makeup into a set form, no matter what colors I'm using, and this is the shape I'm doing. So it makes it much easier. I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel. I do like a double cut crease, and I probably will do some of those again, but for now, just this basic face is what I've been enjoying. So I helped Wilhelmina, and that's what we came up with. Also, I helped you with your lips.
My lips, I struggle with my lips. My lips and my eyebrows. Oh,
Yeah, they're hard, but they're hard if you're not good at them. And it's not easier to do them on somebody, but one thing I really enjoyed doing, and especially after the
It's not easy
makeover...
to do it on someone, but it
No.
gives that someone to blame when their face looks
It's not my
jacked.
fault. I didn't do anything. But after the makeover challenge this year
Yes.
on Drag Race, and, oh, excuse me.
Oh,
Oh, I thought I was going to burp, but it's a yawn. This is totally different. But when the queens had to make over each other, and I was really shocked to hear that Denali had never made anyone up, and that Simone had only done it a couple times. But when I heard from both of them saying that how difficult it was. It kind of made me proud of this. But I've made over a few people. I actually, there's a fabulous comic in Toronto. If Candace is still there, she knows her. Her name is Shannon Laverty. Also, Candace, I think I should make you over too. But I want to do a couple stand-up comic friends of mine.
Candace can do her own.
Yeah. O'Brien likes our springtime pastels. Thank you. I just want to let you all know. Thank you all so much for subscribing. For those of you that have, for those of you who haven't, I am really excited to reach 10,000 viewers, subscriptions, only because I had an original Sweet Marie and the Ships at Sea shirt that I sold on Redbubble, and then Leon created one for me where I'm a mermaid that I love way too much. So I retired my photoshopped design. But what I thought would be fun would be to put it on the YouTube page as merchandise you can buy.
Oh, fun.
As a like bringing it back exclusive to YouTube. So I'm 3,300 people away from that.
3,300.
I'm closer to it than I used to be. I'm over the halfway mark, and I wasn't before Christmas. So if that happens, when that happens, I'm going to be putting that t-shirt up for sale on the YouTube platform. But I also want to let you all know that I do have memberships available to the YouTube channel. For those of you who don't want to join Patreon, and I know a lot of you have said you don't want to do stuff like that, and you don't like, and that's fine. I totally understand, and I don't expect you to. And for those
I'm
of you
judging you harshly.
And for those of you that are already on Patreon, I don't expect you to join me as a member on YouTube. I'm glad that this is where my videos are shown. But if you are a Patreon member and you're at the Queen level, which is only $10 a month, you get to see an early edit of my review. So it's before I put in all of the special effects and everything. So once I get that first edit done, I post it for the Patreoners, and then I continue working on it for the general public, and once it's done, it goes online. So if you're itching to hear what I had to say a day before, that's a great way to do it. But I do have memberships here on YouTube. I just started them. I'm kind of still working them out. But the chats there, if you just join at the basic level, which is I think $2.99, you get an icon, stylized Fingerdoo review logo that changes the longer you've been a member. The colors on that change. And then I have a the chat. There's a members only chat, and that for the next one I think is $6.99. I can't remember. I'm so sorry. It's all chats, all anything you have to say to me, anything I have to say to you guys. That's where it happens, is on the membership chats, and they're only for members. And then the third level is once a month I am going to be releasing a bloopers tape of all the bloopers from that month.
Oh gosh, it's going to be so long. That's going to be the longest tape. It's going to be 8 hours long. You're going to get your money's worth, people.
Give me this. But so we're I'm actually, I only started this at the end of March, so what I'm going to do is at the end of April I will have that first video out. I've already, there's a lot of burping. I had no idea I burped as much as I did. I thought it was more gentle. I
knew exactly. I'm very painfully aware of how much you belch.
I do have to do a real Shade fan. This is what inspired the Shade. And this happened because I was talking to your partner Jeffrey, and we were talking about this because every time I go, oh, and I'd say something bitchy and I go like that, and it just became boring. After a while, somebody even said like, oh, you do that a little too much, and I was like, oh. And then I said to Jeffrey, it would be so funny if I could put on sunglasses that said Shade, like, and put them on, and then right away I was like, or pull down a rolling shade, that would be hilarious. And then I thought, well, I could do that, you know, just digitally, and so
Roman blinds.
It's
not as catchy.
It's not as catchy. I was your drag queen name in high school.
Yeah.
So, I'm missing Regional Theater of Manchester. Oh, Lady Jenny. But yeah, you know, I've been wanting, since this fan came out, this is a Dirt Squirrel fan, the company, and I used to say it's like crack a dirt squirrel, and but I've been wanting to do a Wilma Fingerdoo fan, but they're so expensive, and quite frankly, I don't think anyone really wants to throw money away like that right now. Like, I think that'll be something I'll definitely look into if and when I get to a point for the finances to support it. But right now I've been looking into. Somebody mentioned that they wanted to see Jorge drink me glasses, and I think that's a great idea. But I'm not near there either. Yeah, I think you have to have the minimum order is 750, and
Oh, you could sell 750 of those in a heartbeat.
I don't know.
Just throw them at people.
I've been talking to Jennifer Spain Green about these things. We are plotting. Things are on the move.
Is there a plan?
There, the seed of a plan.
Plan seed.
Yeah.
Plan seed.
Michael's there. Better to burp than, well, thank you, yes. Thank your stars, Wilhelmina.
It's not a shade.
My brother used to say, better to burp and taste it than to fart and waste it.
That's because your brother's a dirty, disgusting human being.
Who lives in Hamilton. The best thing he ever did was marry my sinister-in-law. I don't know if Lisa's still there, but...
She didn't.
Yeah.
No, I don't. Once
Welcome
they stop
to my
talking
life.
about us,
Welcome to my life. So funny. So, do you have your lighter there?
No.
Oh, right.
Yes, I do.
Oh, do you?
Yes.
Oh, my
I
goodness.
do. Shall I?
So, we've been on the air now for...
17 days.
It's almost 5. It's just coming up on 5 o'clock, and I do know that it's... thank you, Mark, for the tip. That's so sweet of you. I really appreciate it. Chris, I need to be honest with all of you. No, when you see me talking to Jorge, he's not here. There's nobody here. I'm the only person that's here, except for when this one shuffles in. But when I started reviewing season 4, and that's when I started reviewing Drag Race, was on season 4. It was, I don't know, even when I'm improvising alone on stage, I'll often do that old thing that a lot of comics used to do, which was talk to someone on the phone, or Ellen DeGeneres did it, and it was inspired to her by Bob Newhart.
It was inspired by Shelley Berman.
Was that right?
Yeah, Shelley Berman did it first.
It's so funny.
I could go in a deep dive on stand-up comedy from the 50s.
Oh, thank you,
Not
Animals
from
in
Drag
Nature.
Race
Thank you so much. What's happening?
Are we bringing it up?
Oh!
Are we bringing it up?
Oh, everybody, all right, ready? Everyone sing Happy Birthday. Oh, thank you, Dred.
to you.
Me.
Happy birthday to you.
Me.
Happy birthday, dear Wilma.
Happy birthday to me. I'm 35.
And that's a lie. Why was she born so beautiful? Why
Oh, look,
was
there's a
she
cookie. I'm
born
going to have a
at
cookie.
all?
Have a cookie. Oh, no, there's soggy. I don't know. There, officially, it's now my birthday.
Yay!
But,
Everyone come by and
thank
have a
you,
slice.
thank you.
Go wax on me.
Yeah, you should. Jennifer is a mover and a shaker. She makes things happen. Oh, thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, lady Jenny. I also do want to take a moment to thank anyone and everyone who sent me anything. The last thing that came through my Amazon wish list, I don't know who sent this, but I needed it so bad. We used the hell out of this today.
Oh, we was
the
dry.
fixed screen. There was a note with it that said, it looked like an email address that I didn't recognize, but if I don't get something in the thing, there's no way for me to check online who sent what. And thank you, Solomon. And I just need to say, I hope that nobody ever feels that anything you send me isn't received with the most humility and the most graciousn't. I'm so flattered. But I'm also scattered. And as I was saying, thank you, Connor. Aren't you sweet? As I was saying, Jorge's not here. He's a figment of my imagination.
Jorge's not allowed to be here.
Although, technically, the real Jorge has been Ryan Russell, international gay porn star.
Yeah.
And he used to help film. He used to help me with filming because I had an old camera, which I don't now thanks to Eric. And I just needed somebody to focus and help and blah, blah, blah. And I was using green screen at the time because life was too easy, apparently. And it just became to the point where, because he was in the room, he would often hand me things. He would be Jorge's hand, or it was very funny. But no, there is no Jorge, really. And somebody once asked me just recently, why is it Jorge? And they wondered if it was maybe a little not prejudiced.
Stereotypical?
No, but what is it when you're racist? Well, racist. They
Racist.
thought it was
What is
racist.
it- What is that thing when you're prejudiced against other races? If only there was a name for
A
it.
Republican?
A co-
Orange?
Orange?
No, Ryan is my my Jorge now more than ever, because with things like this and setting things like this up, he's the person that helps me get this technical stuff into my head and process it. So Ryan Russell right now, if you go to ryantimetv.com, it's spelled as it sounds, ryantimetv.com. He actually is selling cock rings. He makes his own cock rings, and they're stunning.
They are terrific.
They
I
really
have
are.
not tried one myself,
But he does make
the
to
giant,
measure.
The giant got one. And
Made to measure,
and
custom.
They're very comfortable. They're
Yeah.
a little wider than usual, so they don't pinch as much.
And he has a new one coming out, which separates, and you can put money in it.
Wilma Fingerdoo is exactly what you need to be selling. I'm sorry. I interrupted. I got distracted.
I should. Oh, that's terrible.
That is brilliant.
If I were a different drag queen, I would totally. But you know, I could endorse that on his channel.
Mhm.
I'd be a great spokesperson. Every time I pick up the bottle, it would slide out of my hand. Oh. Culturally insensitive, yes, that could be it. But they thought that, they wondered why Jorge, and I have to tell you why I used the name Jorge. I love that name. I love that it's spelled a bunch of different ways. I've seen it spelled G, I've seen it spelled with a J, I've seen it spelled with an H. I worked on a movie. Sorry, no, I think a TV
Are
series.
those all acceptable spellings for Jorge, or
Yeah.
are two of those just misspellings
Well,
for Jorge?
I just wonder if they're also like a G makes sense, because G's in some countries are pronounced as
No.
H's, but the H is lazy. Like that seems to be like somebody just didn't want to learn how to spell it. But somebody asked me if it was a little racist for me to have a Latin person serving me a drink, and that's not why I chose the name Jorge. I've just always loved it. And one of the things that really endeared it to me was I worked on a TV show, and one of the crew members, I think they worked at Set Deck, was named Jorge. And he was super tall, like 6'9", like super tall, and just lovely. And every time I saw him, I would say, hey, Jorge! And I just loved
It's a
it.
fun name to say.
And it is. And I thought, oh, if there was a TV show, I was like, hey, Jorge! You know. So when I was sitting alone, house sitting, doing season 4, which was my first season of the Fingerdoo Review, I started talking to whoever was next to me. Oh, I know what it was. They had Smirnoff was sponsoring the show, and then Queens would go into the Interior Illusions.
Isn't that Absolute?
Absolute?
Yeah.
That's right. Pardon me.
I know
It
my
was never
booze. I only
Smirnoff.
remember
It
booze.
was never Smirnoff. But because Absolute did it, I would have a cocktail as well. I'm not a big drinker. This is the other thing you have to know about me. I am not a really big drinker. Neither of us really are. So I don't often have booze in my cocktail, and people are always saying, "Oh, could you tell us?"
Just letting everyone in behind the curtain.
It's the birthday
There's
show.
no booze in this one. I've been drinking on. Mommy needs some juice.
There was booze in that. Let me tell you what. But it was just something. I started having the cocktails because they did it on Drag Race. I was trying to kind of encapsulate the show. And then I think there was a level of talking. I was embarrassed to sit there in front of a camera and talk to myself. Clearly, I've gotten over it. And so that's why it became Jorge. And then Lar D'Souza, one day, I was just minding my own business at home with my pants off, like I do. And I got this email, and it was from Lar D'Souza. I didn't know him. And he sent me the image of Jorge Drink Me, which is the round logo with the Wilma drawing in the middle, which I use for, I think, everything now. It's the way I identify Wilma online. And I was just so flattered. It really was such a surprise. And it's just become such a part of who Wilma is. I can't start a video without saying Jorge Drink Me. And I don't. So when somebody asked me, they weren't angry about it. They just said,
Just curious.
"Why?
Yeah.
Why is that?" Because it sounds a little racist. And I was like, "No, it's just a little fun to
Yeah.
say." So yeah, if anyone ever ever has a problem with something I'm saying and wants to know why I'm saying it, I will
Tell me about
tell
it, and I
you.
will sort this
No
lady out.
kidding. Oh, thank you, Mark. For people, animals, and nature. Mark Channels is for people, animals, and nature.
Who isn't?
Pretty in pink, beast in blue.
What?
Unless they're talking hair, and then mine's.
Oh.
Mine's. I have something stuck in my hair back. Oh, it's my.
It's Horace.
It's
yeah.
my.
No,
it's
it's
my.
your.
Nope.
Right, you're good. You're good.
All right. So funny.
I see why people tune in.
Oh, Jenny got my Attack of the 50-Foot Wilma t-shirt. I need to let you all know, Denise Cherneau designed 4 kind of Halloween themed. There was Kiss of the Spider-Doo, Attack of the 50-Foot Wilma, Frankendoo, and, what was the last one?
The Poseidon Adventure.
I don't remember what the last one was. But the 2 big sellers from that were Kiss of the Fingerdoo.
Fingerdoo. Wilma Fingerdoo?
Kiss your what? The Kiss of the Fingerdoo, which is Wilma with 6 arms in front of a spider's web. It's gorgeous. The outfit is oh, I just love that one so much. And then the 50-Foot Wilma, which looks like a poster for a movie, was just great. And I retired the whole series at Halloween last year just because I thought, well, there's no reason. Like,
fresh.
I retired the Christmas stuff also after. Well, not retired, just put it, because no one needs to see that now. But I brought back Kiss of the Fingerdoo and the 50-Foot Wilma t-shirts. They're available again on Redbubble. Also, I meant to have it to show you, and I don't.
What are we looking for?
I'm just wondering, I might have it on my phone. Lar D'Souza did, just recently, a fabulous illustration of Wilma. It's a new one, and
Where is it, Wilma?
I don't know.
Where
I'm
is
not
it?
going to be able to find it
No.
right now. But if you go to my Redbubble, yeah, which the link is down below, there is a new design, and I haven't named it, or I have. Pet Me Papa, I think it's called. But it's Wilma in a little cat outfit. So right now, if you join me as a member on YouTube and guess correctly what movie this outfit is from, what inspired Lar to draw it, I'm going to pick a winner at the end of April, and they'll get that T-shirt for free. I'll send it to you. But it's a fantastic drawing, and I just have to say, Lar D'Souza is so talented.
You still looking?
I thought it would be on my phone only because I put it on. I think I put it on Instagram, and it's not there. I posted it on Twitter. If you follow me on Twitter, it's there. But I'm so glad you got that, Lady Jenny. That was my other favorite. So they're available. They're also available T-shirts and magnets and pins and such. Yeah, Ryan is totally my thing, Leon. More ways than one. Let me tell you what. Yes, check out the Redbubble page. And for those of you who have bought anything, make sure you post a picture of yourself in it and tag me in it. If it's on Instagram or on Twitter, those are the only 2 real platforms I'm on, because I haven't had a Redbubble model to show off on my review in a while. So I would love to highlight any and all of you in those fabulous things that you get. Martha, I think, got a sticker and put it on the back of her phone case.
Yes.
Yeah, adorable.
Yeah. They can.
Oh, Mel Gloss is there. Hey, Mel, thank you for showing up. You're not late ever. You're just fashionable. What is that saying? In the 80s,
Black drag queen in Orlando.
Geraldine Jones.
Haroldine Johannes.
At the Parliament House. We had a Parliament House in Toronto.
The House on Parliament.
The House on Parliament, that's what it was called. Yeah, because we have a street in Toronto called Parliament. Thank you, Danina. Danina is a fabulous YouTube visitor. She's often leaving me great messages. And for those of you that leave the messages on YouTube, thank you so much. I love to compare notes with you. I love to hear what you have to say, because I am often just watching these shows on my own. I have another drag daughter, Magnolia Sugar Baker, but I call her Sugar because it's too much otherwise. But another fantastic friend of ours, and often she'll text me and, oh, what did you watch? And then sometimes it's like, no, don't say anything, or yeah, I saw it. But it's very rare that I talk to anyone about Drag Race except online. So I do enjoy doing that. Oh, thank you, Leon. Yes, Candy Witch. That was it. I knew there was another one. One in the pink. Oh, God. I think there's two in the pink. Oh, there's Candace. Where do I get a link to your Amazon wish list? You have to email me. I don't make it public because I think that's presumptuous.
People like to buy things.
I know, but I'm so Canadian. I'm just so shy. But if you email me at Wilma Fingerdoo, Wilma Fingerdoo, 2 O's, SRSLY, Seriously, at gmail.com. I'll send you the link. But yeah, I kind of feel, I'm so flattered by everyone and anyone that has sent something, but I would feel like I'm asking them to, it's weird. It's so Canadian. I think that's a very Canadian thing. But what I have on the list, quite frankly, it's weird because most of it's like little makeup-y things, like things that I use all the time that add up. They like to get a $10 bottle of fixing spray saves me so much money in the long run.
Yeah.
But also,
$10.
yeah, I have on there. There's a couple of technical things. One of them is I think a tablet. I have this tablet that I have. It's here somewhere. Is the one you gave me, which is newer than the one I had before, but it's still too old to run.
Oh, it's ancient.
Like I can't watch YouTube on it. So I use a teleprompter for my reviews, and it saves me so much time. Let me tell you what. But I just have to set it on automatic. I can't. It's not voice activated or something because the iPad's too old. So I've been looking at tablets, and there's one that's an online like entertainment thing that and it's $70, but like those are the kind of things I put on. Anything that'll help me do this or this is there. But again, it's there's Leon throwing up my email again. Thank you. See this, sir? Much more organized than I am. This is why I love Leon so much. Sugar box farts? No, I don't know. Sugar baker. Sugar box farts. That was nobody's drag queen name anywhere.
No.
Wilma, let me tell you, every time I comment on your videos, you take the time to reply. Seriously, you never see that. Oh, it's because I'm single and I don't have cats.
She's very lonely.
I'm a lonely person.
She's
I got
very
time.
lonely.
I got nothing but time. Actually, this is the thing. Some days I don't feel like it's so hard sometimes to write, especially like that roast episode.
Yes.
I don't want to write that review. It's hard. It takes me forever. I really have to force myself. And the thing that gets me in the mood to do it is seeing the responses from the last video. It really inspires me to get the next one done.
It's not going down too bad.
And I mean, I do the initial response. If there's follow-ups, I try every once in a while. Those follow-up questions don't come up in my YouTube studio feed. They come up in the regular messages feed. So I do try and go there and see if anyone's added to something. But I definitely answer the first one, and I like to make that effort because I know how I feel when somebody even just likes something I've done. It makes me so happy.
It's true, Leon. I did crush Wilma's pussies. Crushed them all.
Barf.
Every single one. Every single one.
Oh, thank you, David. David's here. David used to come down to Wela to watch.
Fun.
Yep. And oh, well, thank you, Richard. Richard is one of the people that sent me something from a couple of somethings from Amazon.
Yeah.
Just likes to be part of the fabulousness.
People are generous and caring.
Well, I have to tell you, one of the people I like to watch is Teresa is Dead. She's this woman in New York who
is shit.
Her whole thing is sometimes she uses the F word as a comma, and if that's not for you, then you can leave, and no one will be hurt. And I just love her. But what she and her husband do once a month is they do viewer mail, and I watched one because I thought it was going to be them answering questions, but no, it was them opening boxes people had sent them, and I was like, what's going on? It threw me into a spin. So
Content.
yeah, I mean, I should do that only because I sometimes mix up what was sent by who or I try and think right away. I write it down. I have to write it down. Have you ever thought about a podcast? now that I have a better mic, thanks to Susan Nicolai, I actually am thinking of doing a podcast. But again, it's like, it's finding what, I don't know. If you have ideas that you would like to see me do a podcast, you can, again, email me at Wilma Fingerdoo with 2 O's, SRSLY, @gmail.com. Seriously. I wish Redbubble would do larger mugs. Me too, John. Oh, I hate that. I don't want a cup of tea. I want a mug of tea. You're right. Yeah. And that's why on there there's two. There's a square mug and then there's a flared mug, and the flared mug's a little bigger, but it's not a mug. It's a teacup. No, I have no plans for Wayla. They went through new management as we were wrapping up the season, and I know a great friend of mine.
Whose name escapes me. One of my bosom buddies.
Oh, he's
Closest
a comic.
friend
It's
in
just
the
so
world.
far. It's just terrible. He hosts a monthly show. He was
Robert
hosting one.
Watson.
Thank you. And he does another show at a comedy bar at Ossington and Bloor, but none of that's been happening. But I would totally. I would love to do something again, but it was a lot of work at the time, I remember. And the problem is, there's none of these bars are really set up for. This is how Ryan started being my Jorge, is that he would come with me and set up their video equipment, because they weren't set up to show a TV show. And it just was very frustrating. So if I were to do it again, I don't know if it would be at Wayla, just because it's so far away, and they're really not set up for viewing.
Why did your cat Scooter, Minxie Jinxie, Scooter Arsa go across your duvet? Because she's a jerk, that's why. She might have just had an itchy bum. She might have some impacted anal glands. And she might have just had a dingleberry. Probably not worse.
Or maybe she didn't like your duvet.
Yeah, or she's like bad taste in duvets. If she keeps doing it, take her to your vet. Otherwise, just maybe put that duvet, just like turn it around so you're not getting any of that in your eye.
Look at that Android advice. Podcast is easy. You can sit in your curlers and your panties and weekend stubble. That was my drag queen in high school.
You don't even have to put in your curlers for the podcast.
I put them in. I just wouldn't put them on. Just sit over there, curled and nice. Yeah. But yeah, I know Bailey Sarian, who was my inspiration for doing makeup and movies, does a podcast. I think she takes what she films and literally turns it into a podcast of her talking about the movie. And that's one of the reasons why in her podcast, in her videos, she's not talking about the makeup she's putting on. I talk about the makeup a bit. I start the makeup in movies with the makeup. I tell you what makeup we're using, and then I tell you what we should have used the tape.
Well, I keep pulling it. I'm not using this
Stop.
long
That's why
hair,
I kept moving it.
and then I keep pulling it down. But it's okay. Dread Pirate's got my back.
Yeah, there you go. But I think what she does is edits the filmed footage into audio footage and does a podcast from that, which I think is a brilliant idea, because lots of people don't watch videos. Like they would watch. Like I'm surprised actually the amount of people that aren't interested in YouTube.
Anyone watches.
So yeah, I think if I could do a podcast as a spin-off of something I'm doing without it being another whole session of filming or taping, then I would totally do it for sure. Very quickly. Dingleberry. Oh, beauty school dropout, no graduation day for you. Beauty school dropout. You flunked and function.
We don't know the
No. Such a looker. You look just like a hooker.
Do you like my Madonna armpits? They're great.
Oh.
I'm going a European lady today.
Oh, that's a great idea. Lady Jenny just said that Alan Carr is going to do a podcast on Spotify. Oh, thank you, Rexy. I call him Rexy. Rex Trex. And Miss Boxfärts. Boxfärts. It's an umlaut. But I just missed what I was talking about there.
School.
Oh, Alan Carr.
Scroll.
Alan Carr is Spexy.
Oh, you just went
Isn't
past
he
it.
Spexy Man? He's so funny. He's one of the judges on
Oh, I know that.
with Graham Norton. And it's called Life's a Beach, and he just interviews various celebrities and comedians about their vacations. I love Alan. I think that he is so funny, and I was watching him talk about, this is the difference between Europe and North America. He was talking about doing something with a bunch of other English celebrities. They're all backstage, and they all had to put on, I don't know if they were doing the full Monty or something like that, but they all had to have like tight clothes on, and he kept calling himself fat, and he's so not fat. Like, he's pudgy. But then he's talked about how after the hiatus of Drag Race UK season 2, that to be kind, because everyone comes back to the camera heavier, and I didn't see him being that heavy. I don't know. We're just so used to fat here.
He's going on vacation.
Oh yeah. Republicans.
That is right.
I want to do another Lawrence video. I asked him. I sent out an Instagram message, and it was right after he won. So I'm sure there's been no interest on his part to do anything beyond what he's been booked to do. I'm sure he's very, very busy. But I do want to talk to him. I actually do want to start. I want to get Jada Essence Hall. I sent her a request because here's why I wanted to talk to both of them. They both texted me first. They both left me a message either on Twitter or on YouTube itself saying how much they enjoyed the Fingerdoo review, and I was so flattered by that. So, yes, I helped Wilhelmina with her face this week because we were under the gun. We didn't have time for
take 6 hours.
putzing and putzing. But she took notes, and yes, we were very good.
Gorgeous.
But Jada Essence Hall, halfway through season 12, left me a message on Twitter. Love your videos. I died. And then I talked to her. She did a makeover with Heidi in Closet where they used the Nikki Tutorials palette. And I loved what she did with Heidi, but there was a break in the camera because it ran out of batteries. Oh. And so they jumped from one spot to the next. So I messaged her and said, what was the steps we missed? You have to tell me. And if you can't, then we should do a tutorial together online. And she said, well, actually I am, because I started by saying, where's your YouTube channel? Come on. And she goes, well, actually I'm starting it. And that was the end of that conversation. And then I sent her a message after the Lawrence Chaney interview just saying, oh, I would love to do that. But now that I have a better camera, and this setup that you see here is through OBS, it just makes it easier for me to be able to do an online interview and record it. So I do want to do that again. But sadly, neither of these fabulous queens have got back to me. And I'm not in any way angry about that or disappointed because they're busy. But I do actually, there's a part of me that's kind of a little embarrassed or shy to ask somebody to be interviewed. But at the same time, I really do enjoy some of these queens. And I want to talk to Joe Black. I actually was talking to somebody online about doing a review of Sunset Boulevard with Joe Black for one of my movies, makeup and movies. So I do want to send him a little message. But they're coming up on the Panto season. The cabaret season in Britain. And if that's the case...
Is anything happening in Britain? What's going on?
If it's opening back up, yeah. It's good. But even though the season is opening up, even if the theaters aren't, I could... Oh.
Is it bedtime, Wilma?
Almost.
You've been talking for a while.
Boil the kettle. I gotta get my slippers on and fire up an episode of Murder, She Wrote and go to bed. But I can't imagine that Joe Black won't be doing a lot of online shows because this is the season he would be doing them anyways. So if you don't follow Joe Black, do. Apparently, somebody said they're sending me a bottle of Joe Black gin.
Ooh,
so excited. Yeah, I have to actually. You didn't see any delivery notices for me when you came in.
No, I saw nothing. I looked at nothing. I closed my eyes and barged in.
Yeah, so I usually put up a notice downstairs if I know something's coming by mail, like regular mail. I have to say, my mail person, she is so fantastic. I love her. She has just been really great. I had some issues with some mail going missing, and she's just been really great at helping me get back on track. So if I know something's coming, I go downstairs and put the buzzer code on because they're standing there. Short of me needing to pay something, and Piercy Blue is really the only person. I'm so sorry, Percy. I don't often wear your fabulous jewelry, but these are my favorite. Oh. But they get caught in the wigs.
Yeah.
Do you want to try one out?
Yeah, I do.
They're magnets. I'll try
Of course
one
I
out.
do.
Here's the thing. I have weird shaped earlobes.
Yeah,
They're
I've
not
been wanting to
round.
talk to you about
They
that.
don't go right back in. They kind of melt
Oh!
into the side of my face.
Ah!
I know. But my lobes are big enough. Like what happens is if I don't put these on high enough,
Yeah.
I
see what you mean.
it slides off my ear. Like the magnet slides down on itself. Joe Black is a star, Leon. He is so talented.
I'm used to-
Yeah, I would love. So I'm gonna get that ball rolling. I would love to, but I want to do a couple of my makeups and movies first, so that he has something to have a reference to. Because I just don't want to bother somebody unnecessarily. Here, I'll put that one.
Thank you. Thanks.
Oh, Danina wants to be interviewed. Well, we should talk about that, Danina. Email me, Wilma Fingerdoo with 2 O's, srsly@gmail.com. I'm going on the panel, Psycho, this Sunday. I will be there this Sunday. It starts at 3 p.m. West Coast time, which means it's 5. I have to get ready at 5 here. So, but this Sunday. There will be notices this week. I will post stuff. But I'm so excited that they asked me back. Winnipeg is so ghetto. The best we could get was Mimi on first. No one showed up. Oh, Arn, I'm not surprised Mimi went.
Yeah.
She'd be used to a place like Winnipeg. No offense to Winnipeg. I
Winnipeg
have seen
was the
so
last place I visited.
before all of this.
No, it was in October.
Oh, that's right. You filmed
I
the
got to go
comedy
to the
festival.
comedy festival. So weird. So weird.
I didn't see Joe's show this Friday. I know Joe posts a lot, and I have to tell you, there are some queens that like Joe Black where when they have something on YouTube and I talk about them on my video, I will put a link in that usually goes above because it's why we're all like, what is that noise?
It's the outside world.
Ugh.
It's people celebrating
Yuck.
the resurrection. Really loud.
Oh, Silver Sweet's here. Hey, Silver, how are you? You missed me blowing out my birthday candles. It took 2 goes. And by birthday candles, we mean Jorge. Look at Leon. Every time I mention my email, he throws it up there. Thank you, Leon.
Seriously.
Who do I think deserves to win RuPaul's Drag Race 13? Simone. Simone, then Gottmik, then Rosé. No offense to Candy. I don't dislike Candy. I quite enjoy Candy. There's something charming about Candy when she's not frothing at the mouth. And she only really frothed at the mouth twice off the top.
Yeah,
and she seems
she's
to have calmed
frothy.
down. But I like that. I like there to be a fear of somebody. Like, ooh, watch how you are around her. She could yell at you. Oh, hey, Rebecca. And then, who else? I really like Lala Ree. I didn't think I would in the Meet the Queens, but she's one of the queens I was sorry to see.
I really warmed up to Lala.
Yeah.
There was almost that moment when she would put her makeup on, though, and you're like, are you cross-eyed? Or is that just the way your makeup is going? Which I found quite endearing.
Nick agrees with Simone for the win, but then Rosé and then Gottmik.
Yeah,
and,
I agree with Nick.
yeah,
I think as much as I love Gottmik is starting to feel a little more one note, whereas Rosé keeps on surprising.
Oh, what country doesn't have a drag race that deserves one?
Ooh, India would be interesting.
Oh, is there a drag
Seen as
community out there?
in India? I have no idea. There must
I know
be.
that there are
I've-
drag queens in India, but it's a different thing.
I never saw any drag when I was in South Africa, but I also wasn't looking for drag when I was in South Africa.
Your hair is
I know,
doing what
I know.
mine does, which is
I know, it's attacking
rest
my,
on my
it's attacking my
eyelash. There you go.
I've been trying to fix
Well, Australia, I've always said should. I love Australia. Like my appreciation for drag really became fine-tuned with Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. I thought that was brilliant. Iceland, sure. I'm just trying to
Everyone's
think.
something's daughter, something's daughter, something's daughter. That's
I'm
all
glad
it is.
Spain, Brazil, somewhere in Brazil. I just think again because the culture is so colorful and
Isn't there that Brazilian? There's something on Netflix. Brazilian drag queens.
Yes, it was
So it's
building
a
a
little bit
queen,
of that,
building,
yeah.
making a queen. Yeah, it was great. The queens that were on it
Yeah.
were lovely.
But I just not enough queens.
Drag race Belarus. Ooh, Germany.
Mm,
Drag race
yeah!
Germany. Yeah, jawohl. I would see that for sure. Check
What is
out
going
Trip
on?
to the Moon Ball, Blackpool, 2019. The girls and I went with Joe Black with the MC. Ooh,
Black was the MC.
yeah, fantastic night. And two of my burlesque sisters
Fun.
did the fire eating. Oh,
Did Miss Boxfärts audition
cock
for
in a
Trilogy?
frock on a rock. You barely watch it. You have to. I have to remind you it's on. Oh right, it's on.
What, Drag Race?
Yeah.
Drag Race Canada? Well, right now my drag exists from here up. I did try to get on as a writer. I thought I had a much better chance of getting
How
on
did that go?
as a writer. I just never heard back. I don't think
Yeah.
I wrote to the right person.
No. Yeah, I actually sent them. I did a little. I'm going to post this on Patreon because. Oh, and I actually will post it on for my YouTube members. It's my introduction tape to the Drag Race Canada people, and it's really just a montage of Wilma stuff. And in it, it includes the season 5 shout out on the episode before the finale where Rue listed me as one of her 5 top Rue cappers that year, and it's the only year that they've ever talked about people that review RuPaul's Drag Race. And then I was just so flattered, and they were so nice about it all. And then I contacted them again after that one fan had been posting pictures on Instagram of him recreating runway looks in paper.
Oh,
And then they did that
yes.
challenge in paper.
Yes.
So I contacted the producer who had contacted me about being on, sending them a video clip of me reviewing the show. And I said, oh, I would love to do hats, like a hat challenge, a mini hat challenge. And I said, and the nice thing is I could film it here for you and send it to you. I don't even have to be there. It could be a video thing. And they liked the idea, but no one ever got back to me. And again, I never take any of that personally, but
No, you
it is
should.
disappointing. You know, I'd like to be connected on some level. Yeah, I would watch Drag Race Germany.
I have to pee.
Oh, do you?
I need to sneak out
Oh.
and pee. I don't want people to see me. Just talk about yourselves.
It's a long dress. You're all right. Just don't,
Gorgeous.
just don't show them the pins in the back. All right, now that we're alone.
Don't.
It's so funny because I haven't been able to make Wilhelmina any clothes yet. The few times that we've done drag together, it's been kind of like a last minute thing. And I have all this great fabric that's just sitting around, and so I just pin it to her. So that's what she's wearing today. Oh, yay, Bjorn! Enjoy that Jorge mug. Thank you for the birthday wishes as well. Oh, you know, I would love to see like Japan or like, you know, Kim Chi talked about how there isn't really any drag culture in Korea, but I wonder if there is in Japan because they seem to be a little more culturally broad. Do you know what I mean? Not so restrictive by their heritage or their traditions, and although they totally respect them and have them, but I would like I would like to see any country that's different, that has a different history, a different aesthetic to a drag race, because you know, I'm kind of getting sick and tired of watching the same drag. That's why I enjoyed England's drag. There's just a different level of drag there. The campness of it. Is there enough room? Is there enough room? And I just think that there's yes, it's my birthday on Tuesday, Rex, actually, but yeah. I'm just seeing what else people are saying. Yeah, you see, because I think Japan is very international. I think that their whole draw, like they have a huge fashion scene, they have a huge nightlife. I know a lot of people. When I was on the radio on Proud FM, there were a lot of English people that were living in Japan for whatever the reasons were, that would listen to the broadcast from there. So I think I would love to see Japan do a drag race. Yeah, kabuki definitely, but again, it's a cultural thing, and it's not really the same. Although it's, I just find a lot of Japanese art, their aesthetic is brilliant. Oh, a corset for your future, by the way.
Everything for my future. There's nothing going on from here to... Hang on, the giant.
Uh-oh. Oh, where do you both want to travel to once COVID is... I'm not a big traveler, but the last place I was England. I was in Brighton, which is where Joe Black is from. And I remember now, in retrospect, seeing a couple of posters for shows for her. And then we were in London, particularly in Soho as well, over a 2-week period, and that was fantastic. But I would go to Australia or England. They're just two places. I've never been to Australia. I've always wanted to go, and I love England. I just love it.
I just want to...
I've never been to Germany, and that's another place I would love to go. Yeah.
I just want to leave my apartment.
Yeah.
That's really all I want.
Yeah.
I just want to be able to go.
Yeah.
Just further than the grocery store.
Yeah, I agree, Silver. I don't see kabuki as drag, but it's definitely men doing that. But there's so much makeup in kabuki anyway. It's irrelevant whether they're playing male or female characters. They're equally made out.
It's very specific.
Yeah, one of my favorite movies, just for the art of it, was Memoirs of a Geisha, and that scene where she does that dance at the Spring Festival on those huge platform sandals is just stunning. Like, stuff like that just feeds my soul. I love imagery like that, and that's what I like to see in a drag race from another country. If they have a great aesthetic background that's different.
The giant is jumping. Yeah, it's wondering where I am.
Oh, is he? Well, we should wrap this up soon. It's almost, what time is it now?
It's 20 to 6.
Oh, all right. So we've been on the air for 2 hours. I think that this has been a good chat. Again, I want to let you know that I am doing a membership drive for YouTube. I have a picture posted on the membership board of the newest, largest Sousa design of me in an outfit. And for all the correct answers of what movie that outfit is inspired by or from, I will do a draw for somebody to win that shirt from my Redbubble store. Also, if you are interested in supporting the Fingerdoo Review, there is the PayPal link down below. You can also buy merchandise on Redbubble, including the latest design by Large Sousa. And as I said earlier, I've re-released Denise Journaux's Kiss of the Spider-Doo and Attack of the 50-Foot Wilma. Those are available on t-shirts, mugs, buttons, magnets. That's about it. And if you want to join me on Patreon, I do 2 live chats a month. I have a weekly watcha, which I missed last week, but I have 2 on the way. And I do an early edit for my top tier, the Queen's tier, $10 a month. I release my review of this week's Drag Race without all of the titles and bells and whistles. It's just like that first edit pass. And I put that on in its rawest form. And so you can see it early. Those are all things that you can do if you would like to support the channel. But seriously, the biggest thing you can do to support me is to make sure you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Also, subscribe to my channel if you haven't. When I reach 10,000 subscriptions, I will be releasing my original Sweet Marie and the Ships at Sea t-shirt design as a merch viable item on the channel. Because it was available on Redbubble, and now it's not because Large Sousa created such a great design. So there you go. Those are all the things I have to say. Oh yes, tote bags. Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of things. Like there's socks, mini skirts, chiffon scarves. I said no to a lot of it. I said no to phone cases, iPad cases, just because it was too much.
Sometimes you have to say no.
Yeah, I just wanted it to be available. To no. But I'm just making sure I'm. Facebook Live Trivia. Oh, I don't know.
You're doing that tomorrow?
Oh, that's tomorrow. Yes. Is that on Facebook? I didn't know. That's Dana Alexander. She lives in Brighton right now. Oh, jockstraps. I think the Kiss of the Fingerdoo would look great on a jockstrap. A poison is getting a cold vibes. Am I getting Am I getting that? Oh, you guys are talking. I'm not saying
You're
Leon
no
or
longer
or JSG that you're on the right track or not, but that's a good pick. I'm not going to say that I hate that pick. Don, thank you for coming. Dickie, 20man, sounds dirty. Yes, say yes to everything. Yes, good advice.
Don't be sad that you're not on Facebook, Richard.
I'm not. Oh, him.
No, not you. No. It's Richard. What are you talking about? I'm so confused.
Yeah, no, I have another episode of Makeup and Movies. It'll be the first real one, but it's the second one coming this Friday. I'll do it as a live premiere. I'll be there to chat with you if you're bored. But it is me talking about Auntie Mame the movie, and then the one after that will be Funny Girl. I'm doing a series right now of films that I think drag queens should see. And when I do the Auntie Mame one, I talk about the things that make a movie important for a drag queen to see, like the fashion inspiration, the dialogue, the quick wit. Like, you can be as educated as you want, but there was a real way to talk in the 40s and 50s, especially in movies. The dialogue, this is why so many people quoted them. So I have all that in my next video, but I am enjoying the idea of the series, but right now I'm focusing on films that I think young burgeoning drag queens should see. Not that they have to, or that anyone who isn't a drag queen shouldn't, but so the next time you're on Drag Race, you have some reference to something the old folk are throwing in front of you. Because we were talking about this. Just because you're a baby queen and you don't know what the old folk are talking about, it doesn't make you a bad person.
No,
it's like
some of that stuff is very old.
Yeah, yeah, like 30
very
years.
Old, and I'm not surprised.
Priscilla's 25 years old now,
Yeah.
30 years old now.
Yeah.
Oh my
I'm
God.
not surprised that 15-year-olds are not watching movies from the 30s and 40s.
No.
It's not a surprise
No.
that those are not your references.
As I said in my first episode of Makeup and Movies, most of us at my age at 9 and 10 were watching those old black and white films because that's all that was on TV. We had no
TV was
options.
So sad.
But Kinky Boots, I'm definitely
yeah.
doing that. That's one of my favorite. That whole musical number on the runway in Milan. These boots were made for walking. Oh, so funny. But yeah, so that's coming up. All of that's coming up. I want to thank you all for joining me. I want to thank Ryan Russell. He was on for half a second and helped us kind of figure all this out. But as for you, Wilhelmina, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, my
over.
pleasure. Thanks for lighting my birthday candles. That was so sweet of you. And for all of you that tipped during this, thank you so much. And again, I do have membership available here on YouTube. It's just new. Have a look, see if it's for you. If you want to join, whatever tier you're on, again, I am doing a little giveaway contest of the new, latest Lar D'Souza Wilma Fingerdoo t-shirt design. If you can guess what movie the outfit I'm wearing is from, I will put you into a draw for the end of the month, and the winner will be announced, and I will send them a t-shirt of their size of choice of that image. So there you go. Thank you all so much for joining us. We're done. Have a safe and fabulous weekend. Have a fabulous Easter. If you've had dinner, I hope it went down well. If you haven't had it yet, save room for pie.
I hope you found Jesus.
Because he's hiding. That's why we hide the eggs, right? Yeah. They're just baby Jesus.
Sure.
I'm just looking to see what else. Okay. Oh, there's my sister-in-law. Sister-in-law Lisa's still there.
It's true. We are too pretty for Hamilton in most places.
You're too pretty for Hamilton. Mark, my brother, perfect for Hamilton.
Mark is a beautiful woman in
Hamilton.
You can't disagree, lady there.
Hey, Hattie. Hey, Solomon. Mr. Mad Scotsman. Hi.
Hi.
Yeah, Joey Andrews. Thank you so much. Good night, Rex. Look at, I killed Lisa. I've killed my sister-in-law. She's great. I like her. Yeah, I'm glad my brother married her. I like my brother more when he married her.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, makes sense.
All right, dolls, that's us. Thank you so much for joining us, and have a fabulous Easter weekend. Mwah!